Because there's nothing going on in his stupid little head.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
What happened? Did your balls drop off?
Get off my lawn. Get off my plane.
I want to suck you off, Steve.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
It's too damn bad.
You thinking what I'm thinking, partner? Aim for the bushes.
So before we get started on the pod today, guys, I printed off the credit card statement for the Aiming for the Bushes company card, and I think there's a lot of like non-business expenses on here we should probably go over.
What are you talking about?
Like here, I've got $85 for Le Bistro, the restaurant.
Oh, well, me and Cole went there, and
did you take a client or something?
I mean, Cole's the one that ordered all the sides.
I did order all the sides, but I was still hungry after the meal.
So we needed more. I mean,
Okay.
Also the client. I mean, he was a big client, right?
Like a sponsor, potential sponsor or something.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I would say that. I would say that.
It could have been.
Pretty much.
It could have been.
Right,
pretty much.
Now that I think about it.
Well, as long as we establish some kind of relationship with the sponsor, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably cut this out, but
yeah.
Right.
Don't. Yeah.
Okay. This one has me really confused.
Mm-hmm.
$112 at the core. What is that? A comic book shop?
I had a gift card, and
why didn't you use it?
Why didn't you use the gift card?
But
because you had
well, on our way there, because you were with me, I had dropped it because we went fishing before.
Right.
And I dropped it in the water, and it floated away.
Right. So his gift card, dropped in the water. But he was gonna go get. What were you gonna get at the comic book?
I was gonna get.
I'm not buying that.
Well, I would have used the gift card, but okay. I didn't have it.
All right.
He didn't have the gift card, so he had to use the card.
Yeah.
To buy whatever at the core.
Okay. Well, this is the charge that really worries me because it's the highest.
Never mind.
2 separate withdrawals for $300 from the Lion's Den. Is that like a nightclub or?
That is personal.
That's something that I don't really think we should talk about. Right.
All right,
now.
well,
that's a thing that.
All right. Well, we'll talk more about that shit later. We have no income right now, and the company card's blowing up.
Well,
it's
not my fault. I'm not the one who used it to buy fucking comic books.
Okay. Well.
All
right. Let's just reset. Let's just reset and do the episode.
Okay.
Welcome to Aiming for the Bushes. I am Corbin Barnes here with my co-hosts Cole Brandt.
Hey.
And BJ Weepy.
Howdy.
I never know what to say in those moments. That's the most awkward part. That's the one I worry about the most.
You just say hello.
Say hello.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe I should say something funny, but then at the moment I can't think of anything funny, and then I hesitate, and then I just say it.
You just gotta roll with it, man.
You're overthinking it.
I am overthinking it.
Just be yourself, man.
I try to be. But it's the hello that I always worry about.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Today we're talking Potter.
Yeah.
Expelliarmus.
Yeah.
It was Cole's pick.
Yeah.
Cole got to choose.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, we're pretty pumped.
We're gonna talk just a bunch of Potterheads.
Just a bunch of Potterheads. Couple non-muggles.
We got 3 mudbloods up here.
A couple mudbloods.
Yeah. Well.
Talking some HP.
You don't want to be a mudblood.
Well, it means dirty blood.
You're not gonna get any respect if you're a mudblood.
Well, I guess.
But
especially from the Malfoys.
Yeah.
Well.
This is the first one. This is the Sorcerer's Stone. Although if you live in Europe, it's the Philosopher's Stone.
Right.
They.
Why is that? No one knows for sure.
Actually, Scholastic changed it in the United States because they thought that people wouldn't understand philosopher. So when they recorded the movies, they actually said both. They did like separate takes whenever they said sorcerers.
See, that's a myth. No one knows why.
You see, that's not true.
Just no one knows.
Nobody really knows.
Yeah.
It's a mystery.
That sounds cool and all, but
He sounds kind of cool.
It was made up by writers.
it's a total fabrication, if you ask me.
It didn't happen.
But you guys have a good Thanksgiving.
I had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
I also had a good Thanksgiving. Ate lots of good food, of course.
Quite thankful.
It's the best thing about Thanksgiving.
That's all that you really do on Thanksgiving.
And watch football.
You eat some food. You sit by people.
Yeah.
You hang out with family members you wouldn't see any other time of the year.
Right.
Right. It's what the holidays are all about. Awkward encounters.
Yep.
All right.
Just wait until it's go home time.
My life is made up of those. Almost entirely of awkward encounters.
Yeah. I just wanted to know how you guys were doing.
Well, I mean, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
All right. Should I just jump into this shit?
Let's get it.
All right.
Dive in.
All right. Let me just set the stage here. Maybe you've never heard of Harry Potter before. So Harry is this boy. Well, when he was a baby, his parents were murdered by a guy named Tom, and Tom tried to kill Harry, but it backfired, and it pretty much killed Voldemort is his name, and then Harry had to live with some Muggles, and
which means normal people,
not non-magic
non-magic fellas.
In Old English speak, it actually
Fellies.
means pot smoker, which is kind of a cute little thing there.
Little ditty there.
Yeah, well, yeah. So Harry didn't realize he was a wizard until later. I'm pretty sure everyone knows who fucking Harry Potter is. That whole thing was a waste of time. I was just memeing. So should I just jump in here?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dog.
There we go.
All right.
First in the series of 8 movies.
So picture this. You listening?
Set the
Don't drink when I'm talking.
Sorry.
All right. So picture this. Okay. Can we cut? So it's a dark night in fucking England. I don't know where the fuck they are. In London, probably. We see this old man with a long beard.
Gigantic beard.
Long white
hair.
beard.
And hair. It's like they combine. It's pretty majestic.
Wearing
Yeah.
a hat.
Yeah.
Like something a wizard would wear or something.
Interesting.
And he's sucking out the lights with this thing. It's called the Illuminator.
Yep.
In case you didn't know that.
I don't think I did.
And this man is Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Percival Woolric Brian Dumbledore. Shout out to all the Brians.
Yeah. And before you ask, I didn't even write that down. I just knew that.
That's so impressive. You're looking at your notes though, so I don't really believe.
No, it's not on you. Look.
So I don't need to see it.
So it's Dumbledore sucking lights. And then as he's sucking lights, he sees this cat. Yeah. He sees this cat. And, I didn't know you were here, Professor McGonagall. And then we as audience members are like, what? A cat? A professor? That's highly irregular.
This has to be some kind of magical world.
Yeah. But then the cat jumps, just leaps, and is Maggie Smith, who I think was born in her 60s. She's been old my whole life.
She's got Benjamin Button disease, dude.
That's what it is?
No.
Could be. Well, she's pretty fucking old now.
She is old.
Yeah.
She's also from Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
She's older now than they were when they filmed the movies.
No way.
Yeah, and she's also in the Best Exotic Hotel, and also the sequel, The Second Best Exotic Hotel.
That's a movie?
Those are both movies.
Wow.
So
I never heard of
heard of those either.
Yeah, I've never seen them, but I've heard of them.
Okay.
I know she's in them.
Cool.
Yeah. So Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall is they're talking shit about Hagrid, and McGonagall's like, "Do you think we should have trusted Hagrid in this assignment?" And Dumbledore's like, "Yeah." And then they see in the night there's this big old light coming towards them. And it's Hagrid, who's this big ass hairy dude,
approximately 8 foot 6 inches tall.
He's a giant.
He's a half giant.
Half giant. Sorry.
His dad was a regular person.
Yeah.
But
his mom's a giant.
So throughout this movie, that when we were watching it, we talked a lot about Hagrid's dick.
Like a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Like a big tube of sausage.
Yeah. I argued that maybe his dick was just human sized, and that's what he inherited from his father.
That'd be my fucking luck, dude.
You're telling me. Yeah. But I'm sure he's well
endowed.
Well endowed. But then he lands his motorcycle. BJ.
Before Hagrid landed, too, McGonagall was like, "Are you sure you want to leave Harry with these people? They're terrible.
They're the worst sort of muggles. I've been watching them for
she's
weeks."
like, they're god-awful, and you're just going to dump him here?
She was spot on with that.
In that moment, you asked me, why do they bring Harry back to the Dursleys every summer? This is the reason why. And it's never explained in the books. And it's barely, it's never explained in the movies, but it's barely explained in the books. So, when Lily Potter was killed by Voldemort, and she, used her love powers to protect Harry, the spell bounced off of her. It was so powerful, it also connected to blood relatives. So, and Aunt Petunia was Lily's sister. Oh. So, Harry living with her, he's still protected from.
So he had to
from
stay
the baddies.
Yeah. Oh, that is Cole is a wealth of Harry Potter knowledge.
That is true.
There was multiple times when we were watching this, I was like, why? And he's like, well, this.
Wizard.
Yeah. After I just explained that, I realized I've pushed important things out of my brain for all this Harry Potter knowledge.
Because you subconsciously knew you'd need it someday for this podcast.
This is why.
Math? Don't need that.
Math? What's that?
Why Harry Potter goes back to the Dursleys? Lock that in.
Got that in there. Lock that away. Toss out learning how to drive? I don't need that.
I'm surprised I had my license. I had to get glasses because I couldn't drive.
Sure.
So Hagrid shows up. Hagrid is driving the motorcycle. He has Harry with him. And then...
Sweet baby boy.
They lay Harry... So, like you said, Professor McGonagall mentions that the Dursleys are shitty people and whatnot. But Dumbledore's like, he's the only family they have. He has. And so
too bad!
So, fuck this kid. We'll see him in 10 years. And so Dumbledore lays Harry on the front porch, leaves a note for the Dursleys, and Dumbledore's like, good luck, Harry Potter. And then we see, you know the song?
The main theme is playing. Well, if there's music in this movie, it's probably the main theme that's playing.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah. Unless you're in Diagon Alley.
Diagon Alley, yes. And so we fast forward a few years. Harry is 10, almost 11 years old.
Grown-ass man.
Yeah. And we see Harry's living under the stairs of the Dursleys.
Just under the stairs.
Every time I see a closet door under stairs, I feel like this is probably most people. I always think of Harry Potter when I see a closet under the stairs.
Because that's where...
He lived under there.
Because he lived under there.
Yeah, that's where Harry Potter lived.
Yeah.
There's under the stairs, in a closet.
In a closet.
Yeah.
And his...
Everybody knows it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anybody knows anything.
Come on. Gee whiz.
So he lives with his cousin, Dudley Dursley.
Real piece of shit.
And his aunt and uncle, Vernon Dursley, and Petunia Dursley. And so that day that we're back in right now, Dudley starts stomping on the stairs because he knows Harry's under there, saying, "Hey, wake up, you shit. We're going to the zoo. So get your zoo stuff on."
Your zoo outfit.
and dust is falling on top of Harry, and it's mean. And then Dudley runs down the stairs, and as he runs by the door to the downstairs bedroom that is Harry's, Harry opens the door, but then Dudley shoves him back in there and closes the door and has a hearty laugh about it. And you know what?
It's fun to bully people.
It's kind of funny.
It was kind of funny.
I'm kind of disappointed that people are poo-pooing bullying so much.
Yeah, bring bullying back. Yeah. It's funny.
Come on, it's
funny.
Funny.
Nerds need to be put in their place.
Nerds need to be, given wedgies and swirlies.
Wedgies and swirlies and
wet willies,
wet
spitballs,
and just your standard punch in the mouth.
Just a
when
nice
all
little
else
slug.
fails.
Cole, we're lovers, not fighters. We hug. We don't slug.
Well, I wouldn't punch anybody. I'm saying I want other people to be bullies.
Coined. Term coined by BJ Weepy.
Yeah, it was good.
I hope my children just torment their classmates.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them to get tormented.
Yeah, if I had to
I'd much
choose.
rather them be the bully than get bullied.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's an easier conversation to say, hey, be nice than...
Hey, be better. Be nicer.
Come on, hey. Come on, be nice.
Hey, be nicer.
Show him the right hand.
Yeah.
You gotta twist your wrist when you punch. Gives it more velocity.
If my kid doesn't get bullied in school, I'll bully my kid at home.
And you're gonna learn.
It'll be my second job, and I'll
Bullying
gladly
your
do
kid.
it. Yeah, I will bully my kid. I'll do it.
When one shift ends, another begins.
Yeah. This is my favorite part of the day.
Take your like hard hat off when you get home. Go change it to some sweats. Look in the mirror. You are a good bully. You're gonna get that promotion. Go downstairs, your kid's just eating cereal or fucking spaghetti or something. You shove his face in it. Just
That's what I mean. I'm gonna work in a fucking coal mine like it's 1945.
That's how I relax.
got like soot on your face.
Get over here, boy.
Get over here, boy. Someone's getting a spanking.
Someone's getting a spanking, and it ain't me this time.
It'd be funny if the wife was like the biggest bully of the family and she bullied even.
Mom's home.
She comes home. She's like half the size of everybody. She's tiny.
Did you bring the chicken out of the freezer to thaw?
Oh shit!
Sorry, ma'am. I didn't.
That's it. Somebody's getting a spanking. Dad, I got it last time.
Yeah, that would suck.
We don't want that.
Harry walks out of his little cupboard into the stairs, and I noticed his clothes are way too big for him. They're probably Dudley hand-me-downs.
from Dad.
Yeah. You know, and he wears his shirt off his shoulder, which he does later in the movie.
Yeah, he does.
Mind you.
That's interesting.
And he has to cook breakfast for the Dudleys.
I love how they say to cook breakfast, and all he does is walk over there and just takes it out of the pan.
Yeah, it's like Petunia did most of the
She
work.
pretty much did all of it.
Yeah.
And then he's like getting him, like Vernon, some food. And he's like, hurry, bring my coffee boy.
Yeah, that was really his only responsibility
come on,
was to
man.
bring Vernon his coffee. Yeah, he didn't do anything.
I'm surprised he wasn't drinking tea like a English fucking person.
Muggle.
You know, like an English muggle. So, it's Dudley's birthday. Dudley's the fat cousin.
What an ugly name Dudley is. No offense to any Dudleys.
You're gonna be ugly if your name's Dudley.
No, offense
to all the Dudleys.
offense to all
If your
the-
name is Dudley, you gotta be funny at least.
Yeah, what do you shorten it to? Dud? Yeah, that's way better.
Hey, my name's Lee.
that's
What's the
stupid.
short for? Oh, Dudley. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, you fucking hick redneck motherfucker.
Where's your mullet? How long's your mullet, nerd?
Dudley. Fuck you. Fucking moron. Jesus. But it's Dudley's birthday, so we should be nicer to him.
And he only
Yeah, I
gets
guess.
25 presents.
Well, it was so.
It's 30 something.
So he asks. You see a shit ton of presents all surrounding the living room, and Dudley's like, "How many are there?" And his dad Vernon is like 36. He counted it himself.
Counted myself.
But last year, Dudley had 37.
Which is one more than this
But the
year.
presents are much bigger than last year.
Last year I had
But Dudley doesn't care how big they are.
I don't care how big they are.
He's a quantity over quality individual.
I mean, that's kind of smart.
Yeah.
I mean, the more stuff, the better.
The more stuff, the more stuff. The less stuff, the less
Less
stuff.
stuff. I mean, he gets that lesson in life, which is, I mean, that's good.
And he's got to learn something.
Right.
He's a little bitch right now.
But
Yeah. Petunia says, "Hey, well, on our way home from the zoo, we'll get you 2 new presents. You little bastard." And
Kind of want to slug him.
give you a spanking.
you see, this is what I mean. You should bully your kids
Mm-hmm.
physically and mentally, especially mentally.
Oh, absolutely. Emotionally, yeah.
Yeah. So they leave to go to the zoo. They're about to get in the car, and then Uncle Vernon says to Harry, "If there's any fucking funny business out of you today, you ain't gonna eat for a week." That's what he said. He's 11.
That is what he
he's
said.
Not even 11. He's
That is
10.
what he said. You won't eat for a week.
No meals for a week. And then
probably
Harry's
illegal.
like, "What'd you say?"
So it's probably illegal, right?
Locking him in
They
that
should be.
closet's probably illegal.
Yeah. Well, he's got a bed.
I guess.
He's got toys. He's got toys in there.
He's got like his chess pieces or whatever. Yeah.
His horse toys. Yeah. Yeah, it's shitty. But they go to the zoo, and they go to the snake pit. It's not really a pit. It's just more like a sanctuary with one snake in there.
A little snake exhibit.
Yeah. And but the snake's not really moving. He's asleep, and Dudley's banging on the glass. "Hey, move!" And then Harry's like, "He's asleep." And then Dudley's like, "He's boring." And Dudley and the other Dursleys turn around and walk away. And Harry starts talking to the snake like a weirdo. He's like, "Hey, don't mind him. He never understands getting stared at by ugly people every day." But then the snake starts raising up like he's understanding Harry. And Harry's like, "Whoa, you understand me?" And the snake nods his head. And then Dudley sees that the snake's doing something, and he's like, "You won't believe what the snake is doing."
Oh my God, everybody.
And he shoves Harry, and he puts his face on the glass, and the glass disappears.
Mouth breather.
Yeah.
He falls into the nasty snake water, which is probably
Out
full of
there.
snake poo-poo and pee-pee.
Yeah,
Probably.
gross.
But it's stagnant.
Wish the snake would have just like
Just wrapped up and
Killed him.
Wrapped up and strangled him like it was an Astroworld concert.
There you go. Yeah.
That would have been pretty raging.
Yeah. Pretty hardcore.
It's lit. It's lit.
I'm sorry for everything that happened.
To all the
I'm
fans.
sorry.
What did he have on his forehead?
Must have gotten into some poison ivy or something.
Got
Yeah.
something. He had to get something off of there. He had to get something off his mind.
He's trying to rub some good ideas.
He's trying to rub a tear out.
Couldn't find one though.
couldn't find a tear. It's lit.
But the snake escapes.
Yeah.
And he slithers by Harry. And this is the only time a snake speaks English in the entire franchise. But the snake says thanks to Harry.
Thanks.
And he, the S is long because he's a
like,
snake.
Like a snake.
That's what snakes are known for.
it's
That's
kinda-
the sound snakes make.
It's adorable.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
And then the snake slithers away, never to be seen again. And then Dudley tries to exit the snake sanctuary, but the glass is back and he's stuck inside. And then Vernon and Petunia are like, our son is in there forever. And then Vernon gives Harry a dirty look like, "I said no funny business, you little shit." And so they
He
go
doesn't
back.
actually say that though.
Well, no.
His look implies.
There's no hardcore swearing in this movie.
There is some hardcore sex scenes though between Snape and McGonagall.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that this movie's rated what, PG-13.
Yeah.
Pretty hot though.
I mean,
But that's why this is some of my favorite movies. I love Alan Rickman and Maggie Smith having sex.
getting naked. It is PG. Yeah. So surprising that those scenes were let in. I mean, it's some pretty graphic
But
stuff.
it's so beautiful, though. That's the thing.
Making-
it was beauty.
they're
over
making love.
hardcore
They're
sex.
making
They're
love.
witches and wizards, so do we count those as?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know.
That's why.
Anyways, the snake.
So the snake slithered away. So they go home after Dudley was still stuck in there. And then Vernon's like, "What happened back there, Harry?" He's like, he grabs him by the hair. He throws Harry back in the cupboard.
Where he belongs.
And he's where he belongs.
Yep.
And he's like, "There's no such thing as magic." Because Harry was like, "It was like magic when the glass came back." And then it's like the next day or something. And then we see some owls outside. And then owls have letters. And letters are being put through the letter hole in the Dursleys' place. And one of the letters is for Harry. And Harry notices it. And he's about to open it. But then Dudley notices he's about to open it. And then he grabs it out of Harry's hand. He's like, "Harry has a letter." And then Vernon reads it, and it's from Hogwarts. Clearly, it's to let him. He's been accepted into Hogwarts.
Like, yo, we know your magic, bro.
Yeah, we know your magic is fuck, dude. We want you here.
Come chill with us, homie.
Don't listen to any other letters. Listen to Hogwarts.
Did him doing magic?
We got the best facilities.
Yo, potions, defense against the dark arts, herbology, you name it.
You
dog.
name it. We
Get
got
over
it.
here. Dude.
We got the best Quidditch team in the whole county.
Don't even talk to me about Quidditch, dude.
Come
Don't
on.
even talk to me about
Quidditch. We know you want
Quidditch.
to come to school.
Let's go.
Shit.
You'll be the youngest seeker in the century, dog. Let's go.
Straight up. Let's go.
Come on, dude.
Come to Hogwarts.
You can hang out with Hagrid, dude.
Hagrid's friggin' dope, man.
I love Hagrid. He's my boy.
Come to Hogwarts.
Come to Hogwarts, dude.
We'd be champs, bro.
Stay out of that.
National champs, bro.
Stay out of the restricted section, though, bro. Stay out of the restricted section, dude. It's not within the rules, dog.
It's a great place to make friends.
It's a good place to make friends. Come to Hogwarts.
Did him doing magic at the zoo prompt the invite, or did they just already know they wanted him because he's Harry Potter?
He's already Harry Potter. Everyone McGonagall
He's
makes a comment.
Quite famous.
McGonagall makes a comment in the first scene when they lay Harry in front of the Dudleys. She says, "There's no witch or wizard who wouldn't know who he is." So he's very famous. So they obviously know where he is. I mean, Dumbledore has a lot of clout in the wizarding world, so he's probably gonna get Harry Potter at his school.
He's the Kanye West of wizarding.
Yeah, seriously. But like I said, Dudley rips it out of his hands. Vernon reads it. He's like, no, this ain't happening, because they're aware of the whole magic thing, but they never told Harry about it. Yeah. And so a couple more letters come, but Vernon boards up the mail hole because he doesn't want any more mail to be thrown through the mail hole.
A crudely nailed and board.
Yeah. A little silly, if you ask me.
Another.
Do you have none? I like it.
Same.
You ain't much fun since I quit drinking.
Owls are surrounding the house. A lot of the owls.
Owls are dope.
Owls are sick. They're probably the best looking bird. All their birds are boring looking besides the owl. You gotta give.
How about the bald eagle, my guy?
The bald eagle looks like a bird. Owls don't look like birds. That's what they have going for them.
They do look. They are. Wow. People are gonna love to hear. People are gonna love to hear those noises.
Yep.
What the hell am I listening to? These weird guys talk about movies and owls.
Not nonsense like owls.
People getting spanked.
Football players getting pooped on.
OBJ?
Giant dicks and hole digging.
Somebody's gonna spank it.
Owls are surrounding the house. And then, so a bunch of more letters come. They threw the chimney and shit.
Sheesh.
And also, at some point, Vernon is burning the letters
Maniacally.
one at a time, laughing as he does
I liked
it.
how when he noticed Harry, he turned to him and he's like,
You see this? I'm burning them.
You don't get to have letters.
he could burn them all at once, but he decided to savor the moment and do them individually.
He clearly had some free time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one thing I read about the set designer that did like the Dudley's house purposely chose the most ugly furnishings they could to make it like as shitty of a place as possible.
Nice.
Yeah, well, we gotta make sure Harry had a tough upbringing.
Couldn't have been
His
much.
parents
Couldn't
were
have been
murdered.
much harder.
His parents were murdered by a guy named Tom. It's like the next day. It's Sunday, and as we all know, there's
Sunday morning.
Going to town.
Sorry.
I wanted you to sing with me. It was more weird that you stopped.
Sunday morning.
Can I go on, please?
Come in.
As we all know, there's no posts on Sundays. It's okay. I don't mean to get mad at you. So there's no posts on Sundays. You're not mad at me, are you?
Sensing a little hostility on the north side of the table.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
We'll talk about it after the podcast. It's okay. Let's just
I'm
move
saying
on.
I'm sorry now.
There's gonna be a lot to talk about after this one because the fucking credit card statements are what I'm more concerned about.
Well, I told you he was the one that went to the comic.
Cab. It's cab.
Cole has left the building.
Can I get to the next scene?
The
Yeah.
one that lost your gift card.
You were driving. Drunk.
I did no such thing.
Hey, bro, you drive drunk all the time.
Do not.
Yes, you do.
You told me earlier you only drive drunk. You have like a shot glass connected to your keys.
Connected to the engine. Must be drunk. Must have a BAC. It's like the reverse of a breathalyzer. It's like your blood alcohol is not high enough to drive. You must go.
You have to be over the legal limit for your car will start.
Like they're like blip at you as you're driving down the road and ask you to like blow again. And if you're under the legal limit, it'll make you drink.
That is not a safe procedure.
I don't know, man. I think it would definitely increase drunk driving.
I think drunk driving is actually good for the community.
People bitch about it all the time.
God.
Most people are better drivers when they're drunk.
Because you're calm, steady hand.
Kids.
That,
Here we go.
Whatever you do, at least just listen to our podcast while you drive.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's kind of like drinking and driving, I think. No posts on Sundays.
No posts on Sundays.
But letters start flooding in through the chimney, through every crevice of the house, and even through the boarded up hole. They burst through the boarded up hole. And then Harry...
Like a machine gun.
Yeah, something... like their head chopped off.
Letter.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Then Harry starts trying to grab one of the letters in the air, but he could have just bent over and grabbed it on the ground.
it reminded me of when at like little fairs and stuff, they have those little booths where you're standing and there's money blowing around. You
gotta grab all the money.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that windy where Harry was.
No.
He could have got one on the ground.
He was just happy that there was chaos happening in the Dursley home.
Exciting things. And he finally gets a letter, but then Vernon tackles him in the hallway, and then Vernon's like, we're going to go somewhere where they'll never find us, because Harry can't have mail.
Oh, dear Harry.
And then Dudley's like, Daddy's gone mad, hasn't he? And then they go, I don't remember, maybe they say in the books, but I don't remember, but they go to this little rocky island that has a little small castle.
How they get there, a rowboat?
That's where they live, I guess. And so they thought, mail's not going to make it there. And so they're sleeping there, and it's raining outside.
Ugh.
The water's watering. And
No doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
it's Harry's birthday. And everyone's asleep, but Harry's drawing a little cake in the dirt. It says, Happy Birthday, Harry, with candles.
It's kind of pathetic.
It's the saddest thing you've ever seen. It's like, dude, grow up.
Yeah.
Seriously, you think people need to care about you that much? Here's a little newsflash. No one cares about you.
Not a single person.
Yeah,
Does that mean that Dudley and Harry's birthdays are pretty close together?
they're just like a couple of days apart. Yeah, Dudley's a little older. Hagrid shows up. Remember Hagrid from earlier in the movie? He was the half giant with the big penis.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, he just breaks the door down. He's like, sorry about that. And he just puts the door back up there. And then Vernon has a gun, but Hagrid just kind of bends it, and the bullet just like shoots through the ceiling. And BJ pointed out at that moment that that's not how guns work.
That's not how guns work.
No.
It's not realistic in this magic movie. And he calls Dudley fat.
Mistaken Dudley for Harry. He's like, you're a little bigger around the midsection there.
You're a little bigger than last time I saw you.
Yeah, he thought he was Harry. But he's like, I'm not Harry. But then Harry's like, I'm Harry. Am I who you're looking for? Then Hagrid's like, yeah, dude. And hey, I know it's your birthday, dog, and I got you some cake. Yeah, but he had it like on his motorcycle.
But he was sitting on
He
it.
may have been sitting on it, but it said "Happy Birthday, Harry," which is pretty similar to the dirt cake that Harry had earlier.
Right.
Which maybe this is just what he wished for. Maybe he
cake.
wished for a birthday cake.
To get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
Probably.
It's probably cold.
So Hagrid had that cake, and he's basically like sitting on it the whole way there. He's a giant, and he's pretty hairy, and he was wearing a lot of clothes. He definitely got some ass sweat on that cake.
He looks like he sweats a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he
But
does.
I don't think he was really sitting on it.
He said he might have sat on
He
it.
said I might have sat on the way
Might
here.
have farted on it too.
Yeah, but, he probably farted on the way.
That was a really good fart.
on
noise.
the way to Harry. Really was.
Little squeaker.
Can't do it. I can't do it. Corbin does better.
Yeah, I'm the best fart noiser on Aiming for the
Yeah,
Bushes.
you are really good. You're a really good fart noise maker, dude.
You are.
That's my
What
claim
a
to fame.
compliment. Oh my gosh. Should
I-
go, bro. That was incredible.
That was a good fart.
Oh my god, I'm blown away.
It's like I'm really good at the ones that have like a question mark on the
Yeah,
end.
the little question mark farts.
I like the taste of fart cakes, though. Someone farts on my cake.
You ever
Do you
smell
remember the
fart
cake?
and
Have you
you're-
guys seen the cake fart? There was like some weird internet video from like the early 2000s where it was a girl sitting on a cake and farting.
Yeah.
What?
I'm really glad that you knew what that was. I didn't sound like a fucking maniac.
That's so weird.
No, I've seen
She's
it
like,
before.
you like cake farts? She just sits on a cake.
It's one of those weird ones.
Not gonna be able to insert that into the YouTube video. You have to do that research on your own.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Continue.
Oh, so you're gonna tell me what to do now?
Okay, here we go.
Fucking diva today, man.
Be or beach.
I think both of you.
See, beach, you're being a diva. So
Okay,
Hagrid,
just because I want everything to be my way and for me to get everything that I want doesn't make me a diva. Oh my god.
that's exactly what a diva is, and you know it.
You guys are ridiculous.
Shut the fuck up.
Yo, you shut the fuck up.
Okay. How can I shut the fuck up when it's my turn to pick? Are we just gonna sit in silence for the rest of the pod?
Better have to listen to you talk.
Why don't you just get out of here? Go.
Oh, wow.
I want to go. You finish it.
Don't say anything for the rest of the
Okay.
pod.
I'll try.
Oh, Hagrid. Hagrid was just talking to Harry. And Hagrid is like, "You're a wizard, Harry." And Harry's like, "I'm a what?" And Hagrid's like, "You're a wizard." And Harry's like, "Come again?" And Hagrid's like,
One more time.
You're a wizard, Harry." And Harry's like, "I'm sorry, I can't hear you in this storm." And Hagrid's like, You're a wizard, Harry." And Harry's like, "I still can't hear you." Harry had AirPods in.
Harry forgot to take his AirPods out.
He was listening to the fucking Beatles or some other British band.
You're a wizard.
Come together.
Whoa! Whoa!
You think he would have took him off at this point?
Whoa!
I can't be a
But
wizard.
he eventually did take him off, and but he couldn't believe it. He's like, "I'm a wizard. I'm just Harry Potter." And Hagrid's like, "Well, have you ever made anything weird happen before?" And Harry was like, "Yeah, I just made some glass disappear the other day."
Yeah, the other
It
night.
was the weirdest thing, dude.
The other night I was laying in bed and my private parts were getting really
We're getting like raising like a
And
flag.
Hagrid was like,
Yeah.
"That has nothing to do with magic. That's just natural.
Oh, okay.
That's a Muggle thing, Harry." But he gives Harry a letter. And it's the same letter that has been trying to get to him as of late. It's just inviting him to the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
Hell yeah.
Right.
The best wizarding school in the world. And the Dursleys were like, "We're not going to let him go. We swore he would stay away from this nonsense." And then, so the Dursleys knew that about the magical aspect of Harry Potter and where he comes from. And then Harry's like, you knew this whole time? You guys just keep getting worse.
You guys are bugging.
Every time I think you guys have peaked in your evilness, you do something like this. And then Darcy's like... And Petunia's like, well, my sister Lily, she was perfect and blah, 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 until she got herself blown up. And Harry was like, you told me they died in a car crash.
Yeah, the car blew up.
I was like, and then Petunia's like, well, yeah, your dad was driving drunk and he crashed into this
gas station.
This
To a school.
you got this gas station where a school bus full of kids was getting gas. And then the school bus exploded. But James and Lily lived, but they went into the flaming school bus because they wanted to light their doobies. And but then they got caught on fire and died. That's how James and Lily Potter died. It's really sad.
It is really sad.
Yeah. I feel bad for
Harry. And Harry's like, I wish I hadn't known that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not how they died. Voldemort killed them.
Yeah,
At
we'll
some
get to
point.
that
I don't
at
fucking know
yeah.
when that shows up. But then Hagrid is like, oh, yeah, Vernon, you're going to keep Harry here, you fucking muggle. And Harry's like, what's a muggle? And then Hagrid's like, that's people who don't have magic powers. You know what I mean? You know about magic, right? I just told you about it.
You know, magic girl, like David Copperfield.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like David Blaine.
Interestingly enough, the director/producer Chris Columbus discovered Daniel
America.
He did discover America. He sailed the ocean blue
In
1492, and then he treated the Native Americans very well.
Very, very well, of course.
Then he directed the first
And then
two
he directed
Harry Potter movies.
and they discovered Daniel Radcliffe's acting reel from a play called David Copperfield, I think.
Really?
I think I've read
that's
that before.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's actually 5,000 different boys. Kind of a suspicious amount of boys to look at, but
It's
a
too many
shitload
boys.
of people
Sure.
auditioned for HP, and Daniel Radcliffe's folks didn't want him to be an actor at that time. They wanted him to focus more on school. But
Pretty bad.
interestingly enough, the director and another producer sat in the front row with Daniel and his dad at a show. They just happened to be there, and they talked his dad into letting him be in it because the director had his heart set on Daniel after he saw his acting reel or his
Wow, I
performance,
didn't
yeah.
know that. That's interesting.
You should never see.
That was a nice little segue there.
Yeah, it was.
You should never see 5,000 little boys in your lifetime.
No.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of little boys. People may get the wrong idea.
Or you'll direct one of the greatest movie series of all time.
Yeah, one of the two. I mean, there's really no in between.
It wasn't that Chris Columbus. This is a different one.
There's a different Christopher Columbus?
Yeah.
There's more than one Christopher Columbus?
Yeah. This one goes by Chris Columbus. The one you're thinking of goes by Christopher.
You're the one that said that.
A different guy.
I think it was the Magna Carta.
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria.
Yeah. He discovered America.
Yeah, he did.
Even though
Actually,
there were other people already here.
he landed in the West. Didn't he land in
He wasn't even
Cuba?
trying to find America. I don't
no,
think.
he was trying to find
India.
the
He was
West
he was trying to go to India. So
Yeah,
when he
India.
got here, that's why he called people Indians.
Yep.
Which has just been what we called them for centuries, but that was just a mistake that
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus made.
It's been centuries. It's kind of hard to.
But they're
Switch
that's
it around.
but that's just not even correct that we would.
Well,
call
think
them
about how
Indians.
I know,
smart
it's
people
fu- it's
were
pretty
back in the
fucked up.
day.
smart
not
people
very.
are now.
Not very.
Well, we live in a simulation, so it doesn't matter.
That's true. He gives a shit. We're all gonna be dead soon.
It's true. They gave us 10 years.
If that. So Vernon talks shit about Albus Dumbledore. You know, Albus, Percival, Wulfric, Brian Dumbledore.
Yeah. Yep.
The very same.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Hagrid points his umbrella, which is magical, at Vernon's like, don't you talk shit about Albus, Percival, Wulfric,
Wulrich.
Brian
Brian.
Dumbledore in front of me, you little shit. And then
He said that too.
People a little shit.
he notices that
You're not that guy.
Hagrid looks like a Trump supporter. You know,
Picture Hagrid in a MAGA hat.
MAGA hat.
Probably
Hagrid was
pretty well.
Hagrid was the first guy cast on this movie, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What was his name, Cole? Robbie
Coltrane.
Robbie Coltrane.
Coltrane. Yeah.
That's right.
He notices that Dudley is eating that cake that he made that he potentially sat on for Harry, and then he magical umbrellas Dudley, gives him a pigtail on his butt, and then Dudley kind of freaks out about it.
I think I'd like to have one of those.
A pigtail?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
I thought you guys would be on board with that. I wasn't expecting further questions.
Never said I wasn't on board with that. I just want to know why.
It's kind of like an accessory.
People are not going to like that.
I think that's really stupid.
All right, well.
Do not do that.
Teach their
Don't
own.
do that.
Do not do that.
Don't
Cab.
Don't get a pigtail.
I'm saying this as your friend. I will stop being your friend.
I'm saying this as your friend.
If I get a pigtail, you'll stop being my friend?
And your butt, yes.
What if I got just like a fake one and I put it on sometimes?
You're making it really hard,
to
be your friend recently.
All right,
it's not even just this. The things before this.
Well, I won't fucking do it then, I guess.
Jeez. Gee whiz.
Good.
Just, by the way, if you guys ever have a fun idea like that, I wouldn't shit on it like you guys just did to me.
Well,
I'd support it. I'd be like, yeah, man, that's
see, the
cool.
difference.
What was fun about that?
The difference would be is that we have fun ideas and you don't.
You wouldn't get a pigtail.
I've already consulted with a plastic surgeon.
Well, consult with a different one.
You really are something
That'll tell
else.
you not to.
The consultation was $1,500, and I did not put that on the company card. I used my own money.
You gotta get over the card thing.
You gotta get over the card.
It's the company card.
It's
I
not
thought
that big of a deal,
it's
dude.
anybody in the company can use it.
It's not that big of a deal, man.
Fine.
He's making way too big of a deal.
No, he's bringing it up.
All right, well, whatever.
I just sent you an email.
So the pigtail thing happens, and then Hagrid's like, "Hey, we can go and get ready for Hogwarts if you want, unless you want to stay." And Harry's like, "I don't really want to stay." So he goes with Hagrid into the night.
Into the night.
And you see them walking just around London, and then Harry's listing out of things that they need for Hogwarts. You know, books. You need an animal.
A pewter cauldron.
Cauldron.
A cauldron.
Yep.
Yeah, things. A wand. Did I already mention that?
A wand.
You know.
I don't know if you did or not.
I said books and wand.
Sorry.
I did mention it.
And then Harry's like, "Can we get all this in regular Muggle London town?" And Hagrid's like, "No, you moron. You need to start thinking like a wizard." And then so they go into this wizard bar, and everyone in the bar knows who Harry is.
Right away.
They're all shaking his hand like, I can't believe I'm shaking your hand, you little boy. And then they go into this.
They're really happy to shake a little boy's hand.
Yeah, uncomfortable.
Did fucking Jeffrey Epstein direct this movie?
Whoa.
Might have. He didn't kill himself, so.
He didn't. You know that trial's going on for the, what's her name? Griswold Max.
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine.
I have expensive taste.
Yeah.
I like.
The media's not covering it though. What's that about? What's going on with that?
What is that about?
Yeah, who knows?
I want to know what's being said about it.
I don't think she did it.
You don't think she did anything
You
wrong?
think she was a part of it?
I think she was a part of it, but I don't really think Epstein did anything wrong either.
What do you mean?
I know you're messing around. I think they're both kind of innocent, you know?
I'd like to fly on a plane to an island. Come on.
Come on, that'd be fun. Or you could
Yeah, you know,
I'd be willing to put up with some nefarious activities.
it sounded all right. You know, that I think about it. I wish.
Sounds like a good time.
I wish he wasn't dead.
All jokes aside, I wish he wasn't dead too, so we actually know what happened.
I wish he wasn't dead, so he could spill all the beans that he's got on other people.
Yeah, dog.
I don't actually.
There was
wish
that prince.
He wasn't dead.
There was that prince.
He went out there like a few times.
I do wish he wasn't dead, so they could actually fucking interview him and figure out what's going on.
But the reason he's dead is so that wouldn't happen.
True. All right, that's a different podcast.
So they need supplies in the wizarding bar, and people know who Harry is. Well, I already said that. Professor Quirrell is there. We're introduced Professor
The
Quirrell.
new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher.
The new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher.
Hogwarts goes through Defense Against the Dark Arts teachers.
Well,
Like toilet paper, man.
the reason that happens, we learn eventually, not in this movie, but Tom Riddle applied for the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher role once, and he didn't get it. So he put a jinx on the roll, so nobody is the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher more than once a year.
Wow, I didn't know.
Cole knows so much about these movies. I feel like I don't know anything about them. I feel like I haven't even seen them before.
Most things aren't said in the movie. That's what people don't know.
Okay.
That's what it is. That it makes it make sense, because why would that happen so often? So Quirrell's the new one. He wears a turban, and we don't know why until later. Harry goes to shake his hand, but he wouldn't shake Harry's hand. Just remember that. He didn't touch him.
Yeah.
He didn't touch him.
Mm-hmm.
And Hagrid won't tell Harry why he's famous. Harry's like, why do those people know who I was? And Hagrid's like, I'm not sure I'm the one to tell you. Which is kind of a common theme throughout Harry Potter. Harry will ask a question, and people will be like, well, I shouldn't tell you that right now, you know.
You don't need to know that right now.
Maybe later in a different movie, or later in this one.
I don't know.
That happens a lot. It's dumb. But they go to this dead end. It's a brick wall, and Hagrid does a tap 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 with his umbrella, and then he pardons the red bricks, and then they go that way, and they're able to walk into Diagon Alley, or Diagonally, if you want to call it that. And there's a bunch of animals everywhere. There's bats.
Big ass bat.
Yeah. You know,
It's clear they've entered some kind of magical.
Yeah, there's something magical about him. What's going on there? And they walk around Diagon Alley, and they go into, or they see Gringotts, which is a bank run by goblins. And because Harry's like, how am I going to buy all this school supplies?
I got a ton of stuff I got to get, and I have zero money.
Yeah, Hagrid's like, well, guess what, dude? You're loaded. Follow me. And they go to the Gringotts, and then there's goblins. They have big noses, and they work with money. And they walk to the front of the lobby. I don't fucking know where.
Let's all go to the lobby.
And there's the head goblin, and he's like, oh, okay, what's going on here? And then Hagrid's like, we got to go to the Potter Vault, and we also got to go to Vault You Know What and get You Know What.
For you know who.
And he's like, Dumbledore sent me. And then the goblin's like, oh, I do know what and what. And so they go into the vault area, which is like just a roller coaster. You just hop in a little
Pretty
wagon,
much.
and you just ride the roller coaster.
Sounds like a great time.
Yeah, so that's a fun bank.
Banks need to be more fun.
Yeah, banks are boring. Like, they're known for being boring. They should make it. They should put like a McDonald's place in there.
Yeah.
Every time I go to the bank, I just learn that I'm poor.
Make me do like Squid Game to get my money.
I don't
You know?
like that.
That'd be fun.
You know?
Give me some trials.
Put like a PlayStation and a TV, and you can play games with people or something.
Yeah.
While you
wait for your money.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Because it takes forever to wait.
Yeah, it's so quiet in there. They don't play music or anything. There should be like a sound system or something.
We should be bumping some shit. What's up, you in the bank? Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Somebody get your money.
Some Travis Scott music, and we'll
It's lit.
kill each
It's
other.
lit.
That'd be nice.
We need an escape plan to escape this concert. They didn't.
No, some people didn't make it out. But the first vault they get to, it's Harry's vault, and there's a goblin that asks, "Key, please," and that goblin was played by Vern Troyer, Mini-Me.
Gotta love him.
He's also in The Love Guru. don't know if you've ever seen that.
I love that movie.
You have The Love Guru?
That movie's great, actually. I love it. Mike
Love
Myers is
Guru
so
is?
funny, dude.
You love The Love Guru.
Yeah.
The Love Guru.
So is Justin Timberlake's in it too. He has a
Yeah.
big penis.
Yeah. The Love Guru.
The Love Guru, yeah. What?
There's hockey in that movie.
Don't you like that movie too?
The Love Guru?
Yeah.
Daniel Tosh is in it.
He has a cowboy hat on.
Yeah.
He does have a cowboy hat on.
BJ loves The Love Guru.
What?
So they open the vault and they see a bunch of gold. And that's Harry's vault. It's Harry's gold. It's never explained why Harry and Harry's parents were rich. They were just special witches and wizards.
They invested in Microsoft.
They have Bitcoin.
Could have been. Could have been. It wouldn't surprise me that James Potter. Then they go to a different vault, and that was the secret vault that Hagrid was referencing earlier, being all suspicious and sneaky. And the Sorcerer's Stone's in there, but we don't know that's what it is yet. But he grabs it, and then they go back to Diagon Alley, and Harry's like, "Hey, I still need a wand. It's pretty essential to being a wizard, right?"
Be like being a fucking coach without your playbook or something.
Yeah. Well, without my wand, I'm just a regular person walking around with an owl and wizarding books. And Hagrid's like, well, you should go to Ollivander's. He knows a lot about wands. He's a wand guy. He was my wand guy. Go talk to that wand guy.
I got a wand guy.
Yeah.
I got a one guy. You have to go see him.
Go see my wand guy.
Fix you up real good.
Yeah. You want a nice wand? Go see my wand guy.
Sounds like a sex thing.
Yeah. Want to check out my wand?
I got a wand
Yeah.
guy.
Look, check out my wand guy. So Harry goes into the wand store. That's where Ollivander is. He's the wand guy. And he kind of rides his ladder around the store. And
He's just like swinging around on that thing.
He's like,
Hey, Potter, I knew you'd be here.
I knew you'd be here at some
I
point.
knew you'd come in here someday, Potter.
I've been so excited about which wand you're going to take. And he grabs one wand. And as he's grabbing the wand, he's like, I remember when your fucking mom and dad were here. Do you remember that?
Bet you don't, because you weren't born yet.
And Harry's like, no, I wasn't born when my parents went to Hogwarts. And Ollivander's like, you missed out. Because they were really cool. Way cooler than you've been so far.
Your mom was wicked hot.
Yeah.
Ask Snape.
You haven't met Snape yet? Oh, you're going to love him.
He's a great guy.
He's not going to like you, though.
He's a great guy. Oh, by the way. What are you doing here? Oh, you need a wand. That's right.
He's fucking hammered.
And he's just like blasted because like how many people need to go get another wand? Once you're a wizard, you get one, and it's pretty much you got it for a while. You know,
all the boxes looked like they were fucking ancient.
How many people you think go into a wand store?
It's kind of like a mattress store. I feel
right.
like
You're
the
right.
item's expensive,
Yeah.
but how much traffic do they really get? You know,
He's probably just sitting in there taking shots of bourbon all day.
He's like, is that Harry Potter?
Harry Potter. Oh, you need a wand now. You come in here someday.
Check out this one. This was made out of unicorn or something. I don't know. Take
I'm
it.
trying to wand picks the wizard around.
Harry, you're a good guy.
Hey,
You're a good guy.
I knew your dad.
your mom was so hot when she walked in here. When she was 11, it was awesome.
All the old men and all the wizards in the movie are pedophiles.
Yeah. Does that mean that he like most of his customers are children? Because
probably
most wizards and
Probably around this time.
witches
of year.
usually have their wands for like most of their life, right?
So most of his
Yeah.
Which
Don't both Harry and Ron's wands break at some point in the series?
I know Ron's does.
Ron's
Yeah.
does in Chamber of
Because he had
Secrets.
like a hand-me-down with like tape on it.
Harry like loses his wand in the later movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. And So he tries so the wand picks the wizard. The wizard doesn't pick the wand. Let's make that clear.
Yeah.
The wand picks the wizard. That's something Ollivander always understood, but a few people did.
Because it took like 7 wands and destroying half of his shop to find the right fucking one.
Try a wand and blow up half your shit.
He gave him the first wand and like the cabinets exploded. And then he gave him a second wand and like a vase exploded.
I think I'd want that one. The vase popping one.
Yeah,
it's got a little bit
of... Those Slytherins are going to mess with me with my vase exploding wand. But it wasn't meant for him. And then the third wand, Ollivander's like, I wonder if it's this fucking wand. And this particular wand was made by the same sheep or something, some animal, that Voldemort, Tom Riddle, we don't know his name is Tom Riddle yet, but Voldemort has. So this wand is brothers with Voldemort's wand. And then when Harry takes a hold of it, there's like a draft. There's like a draft in there. Like it blows his hair. And Harry's like, there's kind of a draft in here. There's like a hole in the wall or something.
Something wrong with your HVAC?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
What's going on, man?
But it wasn't a real gust of wind. It was the wand. The wand did that.
Magical wind.
The wand. That's how you know that a wand is for somebody. The wind picks up.
Yep. And blows his hair around.
Yeah, just like a little.
That's what has to happen.
Yeah. And the wand chose Harry. And Ollivander's like, I think we can expect great things from you. You know, maybe like 7 more movies. We got to get through this one first.
We got to get through the first one.
Understatement of the century there.
Let's see how this one does first, Ollivander said. They kind of broke the fourth wall there.
Looked right into the camera.
Yeah, Ollivander. She's a little trickster. But then Hagrid starts banging on the window. He's like, Harry, look, I got you this owl. And
Happy birthday, Harry.
That's Hedwig. Yeah,
Hedwig is owl. Owls are so cool.
Owls are sick. They look different than other birds.
It's true.
That's what I was saying.
They don't look like normal birds. And they're vicious as fuck.
I saw this one video. Hey, Jamie, can you pull up a video of an owl attacking a hawk's nest?
Owl attacking a hawk's nest? Yeah. This one owl?
I think we've done a Jamie, can you pull up bit in every
single episode. I hope Joe
and
a cease and desist.
He'd probably get the fucking episode taken down.
They're walking around Diagon Alley, and Hagrid's like, "Oh my god, dude, I gotta get out of here. I have things to do. You gotta catch your train. Go to here." And he gives Harry this piece of paper, and Harry's like, "Platform 9 3/4. That doesn't make any bloody sense." And he looks up, and Hagrid's gone, but Hagrid's not allowed to use magic. I don't know where he went.
He just disappeared.
Yeah, they're kind of loosey-goosey with Hagrid's magic usage.
Well, he's pretty close with Dumbledore. He can probably get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I would be such a kiss-ass to Dumbledore if I was a student at Hogwarts.
Yeah. I mean, he clearly has his favorites. It's nobody in Slytherin.
No.
So Harry's walking around with all of his school supplies, including his owl. BJ's looking up owls right now. What are you looking at?
There was recently a giant owl spotted in one of the African rainforests in Ghana. It's pretty big.
What's the wingspan on that bad boy?
Ghana, West Africa.
We're looking at a wingspan of about it doesn't say. But it's about, like, if you're looking at an owl, this owl stands up about to a normal person's hip. About 70 centimeters. It's real large. So
I saw this picture of an owl, like, sleeping once, and it was sleeping, like, comically, like, on its face.
They're vicious, man.
How many licks does it take to get to the
I was going to make that. Give me a second.
Ask the owl.
Yeah, owls are sick.
Owls are cool.
Owls are dope, man.
Dope owls. Harry's confused. He doesn't know where this 9 3/4 platform is. This doesn't make any sense to him. He's practically a muggle right now.
Practically.
Muggle with powers.
Taking in a lot of info.
Yeah. But he bumps into this redheaded family. Those are the Weasleys.
The Weasleys.
Ron.
You must be the Weasleys.
Molly Weasley, the mother.
Hand-me-down road.
Percy Weasley, the oldest brother that's still in Hogwarts. They have 2 even older brothers, one named Charlie and one named Bill. And then underneath Percy, there's Fred and George. They're twins. Then there's Ron, and then the youngest is Ginny, the only daughter.
Quick little casting note for you. Rosie O'Donnell offered to play Molly Weasley for free because she was a big fan of the series. And Robin Williams offered to play Hagrid for free because he also was a big fan. But J.K. Rowling only wanted there to be like the British Isles to be cast, and Vern Troyer was the only American.
Yeah, I wonder why she just allowed Vern Troyer. Maybe she's a big
Austin Powers.
Yeah, maybe she's.
Or maybe she's a big the Love Guru person. You know, Vern Troyer's in the Love Guru. That's BJ's favorite movie.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I know what you're trying to do, Cole. Get under my skin, and I'm not gonna let you get to me.
That's what you said. You said that it was your favorite movie.
I said I liked the Love Guru.
So they're at platform 9 3/4, and platform 9 3/4 is this wall, and he's confused.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
All right. So he's confused because it's a wall. Oh, he also asked this like Muggle security guy. He's like, "Can you direct me to platform 9 3/4?" Oh, you think you're a funny idiot?
Apparently, that guy was a real train station worker.
Really?
Yeah.
He's also in the second one, Chamber of Secrets.
Wow.
That's
I didn't
kinda
know
cool.
that.
What's he do? Is Chamber of Secrets when they try to enter 9 3/4 and they just crash into the fucking wall?
Yeah. Yep.
And that's all. That one's also directed by our founding father, Chris Columbus.
He's not even a founding father.
he literally is. Besides the
didn't-
natives that were here,
He like raped and killed them all. He was a
Oh my
terrible
God.
person.
Yeah.
it wasn't just him.
I saw there was
He had friends
like
too
his,
that raped and killed
like
them
his
all.
journal entries. He was talking about like starving and torturing native people.
Yeah, he's
fucking sadistic.
He was
Yeah.
a messed up motherfucker, dude. Christopher Columbus is not a good guy. The fact that we have a day called Columbus Day
I think we
is awful.
We kind of like are kind of axing that one, aren't we?
I hope so.
Didn't they change
In
it to
recent
like
years.
Indigenous Peoples Day or something? Jamie, can you
In recent years, it has gotten some flack.
Because he was a terrible person.
Yeah, but
Can you imagine getting on a wooden boat in 1400 and fucking sailing across the ocean? Don't know when you're gonna get somewhere. He's handsome though.
yeah, give it to him. I would have fucked Chris Columbus.
I would not have.
Really?
Yeah, I'm.
That's surprising coming from you.
Okay, thanks.
Did you know there's rumors that like Abraham Lincoln was gay?
Really?
I've kind of heard that before.
Yeah.
I've heard that before. Kind of heard that before. That made any sense.
He didn't even He didn't even land in America. He landed in the Bahamas,
Oh, it was the Bahamas. We have some land down there, don't we?
and they forced people into slavery. Yeah, he's a terrible person.
Well,
Moment of silence for.
he was just doing what he thought was right.
Being a weirdo.
It felt so wrong. It felt
Telling
so
me this
right.
guy is a good guy.
Yeah,
He looks like a fucking asshole.
he looks like somebody that would do all of those things.
Insert picture of Christopher Columbus.
Yeah,
Will do.
douchebag. Well,
Not a nice guy. Oh, here's them.
it
They
was a long
like
time ago.
painted him with a smile. Very creepily painted him with a
Terrible.
smile. That looks awful.
It's a fucking shithead smirk is what that is.
He's like, I'm gonna kill everybody.
If you're a big Christopher Columbus fan and you feel alienated, get over it, man.
Get over it.
It's been 600 years.
When I get home, I'm going to take down my Chris Columbus poster because I've learned a
Yeah.
lot about him today.
Yeah.
I used to really worship him.
And on my day off of work on Columbus Day, I'm going to be mad about it.
It was replaced by Indigenous Peoples Day.
Good.
Good, because I can't believe it lasted that long. Like, we know what he did.
Do we still get the day off?
That's the most important thing.
I mean, I think so.
Cool.
I don't think I have it off.
I don't actually have it up. I was just making a
I don't
joke.
think anybody really gets it off, do they?
School does.
No, we don't.
School. Well, the Shell Rock school did, because after work they're usually just leaving school when I leave, but on Columbus Day they weren't there. So
Do you know when the kids are leaving school?
Oh, I know. Like I just said,
kinda
they're just
sus.
getting off as I'm driving by their school,
It's kind of weird. Why are you watching kids get off?
and they
Use your fucking
and
binoculars.
I only get off an hour before
Color's your van.
you get.
Wait, let me get it straight. You get off
I only
watching
get off.
the kids leave school?
Leave school.
I only get off an hour before school lets out, so I'm sitting in front of the class. I'm sitting in front of the school only an hour.
They recognize my vehicle and had to
They
solve
recognize my vehicle, and that's when I leave. And what I'm saying is, on Columbus Day, I sat there and no kids came out.
Oh, we should clip that part and fucking put it on TikTok.
Love kids. All right.
Oh, is it gonna be about SpongeBob?
No, it's gonna be about
Not even.
how much I love children.
Now I'm gonna make jokes about fucking animals and giant dicks and molesting children.
My mom thought the podcast was gonna be about us talking about SpongeBob.
Which was kind of a fair assumption.
kind of true.
So 5 3/4. Percy goes first. He's a 6th year, I think. He is.
Yeah, is this his last year?
There's 7 years.
I knew that.
No, you didn't.
Where do you go after Hogwarts? You get a job.
Into the worst
You get a wizard job in the ministry, or you become a bad guy.
You go to Hogwarts. There's no college. You just go there, then you go to work.
I guess he could be a professor at one of the schools.
Better have fun in school.
There are other schools. There's an American school. There's a Belgian school.
We
there's
learned
a
that.
French school.
We learned that in Goblet of Fire, which
Yeah.
we'll probably get to eventually.
Yeah, maybe in like 2 years from now or some shit.
Yeah.
Whenever I get there. And then Fred and George go through the portal. Platform ran 3/4.
Of course.
We're still here. And then Harry stops the Weasley mother, whose name is Molly. So Harry says to Molly, "Hey, can you help me go in there?" And Molly's like, "Oh yeah, it's your first time going in there?" And Harry's like, "Yeah, it's my first time going in there." And then, well, it's Ron's first time going in there too. And then Ron's like, "Yeah, it's my first time going in there."
Name's Ron.
He's like, "Yeah."
Do you see my chocolate frog collection?
No, thanks, man.
Well, it's my first time too.
He's a freaking iPad kid.
I just want to get through this wall right now.
Dude, I'm just trying to go to school.
So Ron's retarded. All right, so Ron's like, "Yeah, it's my first time too." And so Molly says to Harry, just run really fast towards it and don't be afraid, because you're just gonna go through it because you're magical.
Remember?
Didn't Hagrid tell you? And so Harry runs and he gets to go through, and he's in it, and he's like, "Wow, I can't believe I'm in it." And he sees the Hogwarts Express, which is a train.
I love a good old train.
Yeah, choo-choo. Good old-fashioned train. He was a train, and are you asleep?
No. What's this guy's deal?
I'm sorry, I don't know why I said that.
Listen, motherfucker.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it. It's a train. It's Hogwarts Express. So Harry's on the train. He's kind of in his own. There's like a little corridor. It's like a booth in every corridor, and then Harry's riding in the train. And then Ron's like, "Hey, everywhere else is full. I've just been kind of wandering the past 2 hours. You think I can just sit here?"
Just wandering for hours without a place to sit.
And Harry's like, "Yeah, I'm the only one in here." And then Ron sits there, and he's like, "I'm Ron Weasley, by the way. Remember we were at the platform?" And Harry's like, "Yeah, I remember you.
Great.
Your mom's hot. You had a hot mom." And Ron's like, "Yeah, I know I have a hot mom," which was a weird line.
I get it.
Yeah,
Kinda
kind of
PG
weird.
again. Movie's PG.
Yeah. And then Harry's like, "Well, I'm Harry Potter. Maybe you've heard of me." And Ron's like, I have.
Yeah, I know. We just met.
Harry's like, you have the scar? And Harry's like,
I mean,
here's my scar. And Ron's like, wicked.
Cool.
You have that scar I've heard so much about. And then, so Harry's famous in the wizarding world. We already knew that, but keeps going. And then the trolley lady's like, anything from the trolley?
Anything from the trolley, dude.
You want anything from the trolley?
Snack cart.
It's a snack cart. And Ron's like, oh, I brought my own shitty snacks from home because I'm a Weasley and I'm poor.
It looks like he had a pie that was like smashed and wrapped up in cellophane.
My parents had 92 kids, so we're poor.
We don't get stuff.
Yeah. I get hand-me-downs and pies from last Christmas. That's what he says. But then Harry's like, well, hey, we'll take the whole lot.
Take them all, I guess.
Harry's loaded.
Bit of a flex.
Harry's loaded.
Bit of a flex.
And Ron's like, oh, you're rich.
Thanks for rubbing it in.
We're poor. But
because my parents chose to have too many children based on their income.
yeah. And you're lucky your parents died after only having you. That's what Ron says, which is pretty harsh.
That is pretty harsh. Again, rated PG.
Yeah.
You're lucky your parents are dead, is what he said. Harry doesn't see it that way, though. But he buys a bunch of candy and stuff. And Harry gets this chocolate frog, and the frog is alive, and it jumps through the window.
He like suicides himself out the fucking window of the moving train.
And that chocolate frog has a cameo in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 at the very end of the movie.
Does it really?
It's a secret. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
But it jumped out the window. And in the little case where the chocolate frog is, you're going to see like a famous wizard. And Harry got Dumbledore. And Ron's like, yeah, I have like 6 of those.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're rich, but I have 6 Dumbledores, okay?
So
that's what I have.
I have 6 of these worthless
You can have as many
cards.
as you want. I have 6 Dumbledores that come and go.
You only have 1 Dumbledore.
You're dumb is what you are.
Dumbledore. Also, we mentioned earlier, Muggle meant like pot smoker in Old English. You guys took a simultaneous drink. And Dumbledore means bumblebee in Old English.
Yeah.
Buzz.
Buzz, Lightyear to the rescue.
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue. Buzz.
Bumblebee is also the name of a transformer.
Robots in disguise.
Yeah. Easy yellow. He can't talk because his voice box exploded when he landed in Earth. But
really,
he's lovable.
That's more important.
You see Scabbers. Scabbers is Peter Pettigrew.
Yep.
It's a human.
But Scabbers is a rat in this one. He's eating food out of Ron's food candy stash that Harry bought, which Ron should pay him back. And
true.
But he doesn't have the money to even pay him back.
But Ron's an 11-year-old kid with poor parents. So what the fuck's he gonna do?
He can't do anything about it.
He owes Harry a lot though, and he tries to do a spell that makes Scabbers yellow, but it fails.
Turn the stupid fat rat yellow.
And Hermione walks by and is like, "Hey, have you ever seen this frog? Because this guy named Neville lost a frog." And
we don't know where it's at.
Ron's like, "No, I haven't seen a frog. There's no girls allowed.
Are you doing magic in here? Let me see."
Yeah. Let me see. Well, let's see it.
Yeah, she's a little snot.
She is a snot.
Her parents are muggles. She's a mudblood.
She's a mudblood.
She doesn't
fucking puke, dude.
Disgusting.
Yeah. You're not pure blood.
Bleh.
We should kill you. Voldemort was right.
They do.
They kill Hermione. But she sees Ron fail that spell to make Scabbers yellow. And Hermione's like, "That's not a real spell. You could never please a woman."
She actually says that. Again, PG.
Yeah, they're 11 years old.
Yeah, how the fuck does she even know what's going on?
Yeah. And then Hermione's like, "Here's a real spell." And she goes, "Oculus Reparo," and she fixes Harry's fucked up glasses.
They went over 160 pairs of glasses throughout the filming of this series.
It's because Daniel Radcliffe kept breaking them.
He kept selling them on eBay.
And selling them. I mean, you gotta make that money. She's all about that money. Then Hermione recognizes Harry as Harry Potter. And she's like, well, I'm Hermione Granger. And then she looks at Ron. He's like, and you are? And she's like, I'm Ron Weasley. And Hermione's like, ooh, gross. Ew. I will never get with you 7 years from now. And then Hermione's like, well, good luck, everybody. And then she tells Ron that he has dirt on his nose. And he did. He did have dirt.
He did have dirt on his nose.
Was that there the whole time?
I don't think so. I think just a thing that happened. Finally, the train stops, and Hagrid's there. And he's like, oh, every first year, come with me. I'm Hagrid. I'm Rubius.
Rubius Hagrid.
I'm Rubius Hagrid. And then Harry's like, hey, this is Hagrid, Ron. I already met him before.
I know him. He rescued me.
And Ron's like, oh, I haven't met him yet. So Ron was like, whoa.
Whoa, I don't know this guy.
So that was Ron. That's what you say when you meet somebody for the first time. Like, whoa, I haven't met you
I don't
yet.
know you.
There's
okay,
a new person.
Whoa, hi.
Hi,
person.
whoa.
I was like, whoa.
I don't know you.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And he was like, follow me. And then we see a bunch of people, all the kids on the boat. The boat leading to Hogwarts.
Probably the coolest shot of the movie.
It's a cool shot. Cool shot. And they're all, and you get our first glimpse of Seamus Finnegan, who's a student. The student that
Hogwarts.
Anything else noteworthy about him?
Well, he's just in pretty much every movie, and he's just a student. He's also in every book.
Is he in the screenplay?
Yep. Is he in the screenplay?
I'm just trying to...
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do.
I actually don't really know what I was trying to do right there.
So they go into Hogwarts, and McGonagall's there.
How do you spell that, Cole?
You don't know either. So they all go up these stairs, and Professor McGonagall's there. Remember, she was in the beginning of the movie. She was the cat.
All right, word.
Yeah. And she's like, well, we're all going to go in the Great Hall, and then we're all going to put a hat on your head, and the hat's going to talk, and the hat's going to be like, hey, you're going to be an Hufflepuff or some shit. I don't care.
I don't care.
McGonagall's hammered.
McGonagall's drunk as hell.
Can I lay some set facts on the audience real quick?
No, so Malfoy shows up.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Move it on. McGonagall.
So
yes, you can.
Oh, thanks for your permission. So there was they filmed a ton of this movie was filmed in like various castles and churches in the UK. The only sets they built for this one was the Great Hall, the Grand Staircase, and the Gryffindor Common Room. And there was one church they were supposed to film at, but the I think they called it like the dean or some shit. I don't know what the hierarchy of power is in religion in the UK, but they're like, oh, this is blasphemy because it's witchcraft, it's paganism or whatever. So they were filming at another church, and the dean of that church agreed to have them film there because he was a fan of the books. But they got a shitload of like male people being pissed off that they're filming.
We can't. It's magic. Oh my gosh!
It's a fucking fantasy.
It's a book, you nerds.
Yeah, so that was a little ridiculous, but
that's pathetic.
Still pretty interesting.
It's just silly how that kind of thing works. But what happens next? Trevor. That's Neville's toad.
Yep. Trevor.
Remember earlier when Hermione was like, have you seen this toad? Because a boy named Neville lost one. We see Neville Longbottom. That's his last
Unfortunate
name.
last name.
That's his last name. He's also a pudgy
You
boy.
would get bullied so much for that name, which I support.
Yeah. What? Kids should be bullied. The shitty ones. The nerdy ones. The weak ones.
Overweight.
Like Winston here.
You know? But he finds Trevor. He's hopping around. I guess he didn't get too far. And he's like, Trevor! And McGonagall kind of gives Neville a look like, oh, you're going to be trouble, aren't you?
Oh, boy.
You know, that's the way new teachers look at new kids. You know,
right.
You're a teacher. You're a cheesy teacher.
You gonna defend yourself?
stupid is as stupid does.
Okay. I've never seen you teach. I'm sure you're great.
Fuck off.
Malfoy's there. Draco.
Potter.
And he's like,
Brand new Draco. Get.
Dum 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 dum.
Dumb. Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Sounds like you're the one that's not intelligent, sir.
he says dumb twice.
He says dumb twice because he's not smart. He is a pedophile, so.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with a good kid. So McGonagall says you can be a Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin. That's how she says it. And then you see Malfoy like, yeah, Slytherin sounds pretty good. My dad was Slytherin. My mom was probably Slytherin too. I'm not really sure.
She got a good throat, though.
Yeah. That's what my dad says.
Dad says she got a good throat.
Dobby says it too.
Oh, you.
But they go into the Great Hall. That's where you feast and hear Dumbledore give sad speeches about every time a kid dies and stuff. And you're introduced to, or reintroduced to Dumbledore. He's the headmaster.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore?
Dumbledore.
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 Double Dare 2000.
Dumbledore.
So Double Dare 2000 starts giving this speech to all, like, hey kids, another year at Hogwarts. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be pretty swag. And
We're gonna have a hella good time.
this year's probably gonna be lit.
Hello, fellow kids.
Somebody toss it to me. Whoa. Oh.
But if you go in the restricted section, you'll probably be killed. So don't go in there.
The books scream at you if you go there.
The books will yell. And if you go in the Forbidden Forest,
You're
there's
gonna get chopped up.
there's centaurs and there's unicorns, and I'm
big-
pretty sure Voldemort's in there too.
And a
so,
big tree's gonna destroy your car.
Yeah.
So be careful.
2
okay?
movies from now. So those are the places you shouldn't go. But other than that, have fun.
Let's just have a good year.
And Snape may be a Death Eater. Have a good meal.
Have a good meal.
What was that last part?
But so yeah, he gives a sad speech, but not a sad speech. He just says, "Don't go here because it's forbidden." And it's like, okay. And so talk about the Great Hall. Dumbledore talks, and then the sorting hat. It's sorting hat time. The hat will sort the first years into what house they're going to go into. And so the first up, these are in no particular order, obviously, because Hermione Granger is first. And she's like, okay, well, just relax. You know, she's talking to herself. And then the hat gets put on her. And he's like, he thinks for a second. He's like, I know just what to do with you. And then he's like, put her in Gryffindor. And then she's like, yay.
Yes.
Woohoo.
It's like she wanted to go to Gryffindor. She sits in the Gryffindor table where the other Gryffindors are. Fred and George are there. Percy. And then the next is actually after that I wanted to mention, remember when Dumbledore was clapping like this?
Yeah. Like golf clapping.
Very low effort. Very low
that?
effort. That's like it's
He
like
doesn't
worse.
care.
It's like less effort than a golf clap.
He doesn't
Golf clap is like this. This isn't even a clap.
At least do palm to hand to palm. You know.
He didn't give a shit about Hermione where Hermione went.
She's a mudblood. Why would you care?
that fucking mudblood little piece of shit.
He probably learns that she's a good student and
Maybe
begins
he's
to like her
magic.
though.
He's using magic, and like when he does this, it claps normal.
It's
stuff.
like boom, boom.
Maybe.
Probably.
And then Draco Malfoy is the next up. Again, in no particular order. Just the people you may give a shit about are first. And then Draco's pretty confident. It's like, I know where I'm going. And then he sits in the chair. And before the hat even, it barely touches the top of his head. And then the sorting hat is like, Slytherin! And then Ron turns to Harry. And Ron's like, there's never been a wizard that hasn't gone bad in Slytherin.
They should like banish that house.
Which
Right.
is a bit of an overreaction. If that's true, then why keep it?
Why is that house still around?
Yeah. You're almost guaranteed to be a little dickhead.
There are some good Slytherins, though.
Yeah.
Snape was Slytherin.
True.
True.
He's also the head of Slytherin.
Alan Rickman.
Oh, he's played by Alan Rickman. We also get our first glimpse of Snape, who is the best character.
J.K.
Harry Potter.
Rowling specifically picked him out.
Yeah. He is awesome. Especially in later movies. He's fucking hilarious.
He gets better and better.
Yeah.
They do a really good misdirect with him.
He's he's a bad guy. Oh, I guess he's not. Oh, he is. Oh, I guess he's not.
He's not. Yeah.
Spoiler for Harry Potter. What was that about?
I just noticed he was leaning back and I saw an opportunity.
I thought I was left out of something.
No.
But there's a random girl that's up next. I forgot her name. Don't do that. Don't do that. Knock it off. Stop. You stop. You're just trying to piss me off.
I didn't do nothing.
We're never going to get through this if you keep acting like that. Stop. Can I continue? Is your bid over? Can I continue? So this random girl gets put into, and then it was just kind of filler, you know. And
you know what a 2.5 hour movie needs?
Filler.
More filler.
Yeah. While she is being the Sorting Hat's like, where should I put you? You get like a shot of Snape looking, all Snapey.
Oh, Snapey.
Yeah. And she gets put in Hufflepuff, and it's like, oh, who gives a shit?
Right.
Hufflepuff. You might as well just
Hufflepuff.
might as well just quit.
Yeah,
school.
if I don't get put in Gryffindor or Slytherin, I'm dropping out.
Yeah, I mean those teams have the most money. That's for
Most
sure.
donors.
Yeah. But Ron's next. Ron Weasley. And all the Weasleys go into Gryffindor, so he gets into Gryffindor. And so yeah. And then it's Harry Potter. And he sits in the chair, and he gets the hat put on him. And then the Sorting Hat has a little tougher time with Harry.
Isn't Harry saying, not Slytherin, not Slytherin, not Slytherin?
And then the Sorting Hat's like, not Slytherin, eh? Because he was going to put him in Slytherin.
The Sorting Hat kind of ratted him out.
Yeah.
Kind of called him out in front of everybody. Made him look like a little bitch.
Yeah. But the Hat's like, you don't want to go in Slytherin? Because I feel like you would fit really well. Slytherin could help you on your way to greatness. But Harry's like, I don't want to go to Slytherin. Please don't put me in Slytherin. And the Hat's like, if you're sure, I'll put you in Gryffindor. So Harry Potter's in Gryffindor. And then the Gryffindor table's like, yeah, we got him. We got
the chosen one.
Fucking NFL draft.
It's like drafting LeBron James.
Yeah.
Gryffindor is on the clock.
Yeah. He sits in the Gryffindor table, and Albus Dumbledore is like, yeah, Harry's in Gryffindor. Yeah. That's the only person I care about this year. And
Now that's a draft pick you gotta watch out for. Harry Potter. What a pass on this guy. The boy that lived through.
some say he's the chosen
threw
one.
for an average of 250 yards a game last year. Let's see what he's got.
He
Averaged
in the
4
pros.
touchdowns. Also averaged 75 rushing yards a game. This guy can do it all. I tell you what. If he has the protection and the scheme around him, and you put some playmakers with him, this guy could take your team all the way. He is the face of a franchise.
And watch this. Not afraid to put his body on the line when he takes a big shot from Voldemort. Scar on the forehead after that
Absorbs
one.
the contact, continues to run. Voldemort gave him his best shot. Even uses Snake Nagini to try to actually slow him down just a little bit. Didn't work. I'm telling you, this guy's the real deal.
Even with the Elder Wand, Voldemort couldn't get it done today. Harry.
You don't want to be passing up on this guy. Fantasy guys out there, this guy could be easily a 2nd to 3rd round draft pick in your fantasy draft. Keep your eyes peeled.
Big get for Gryffindor. Big get. And so they get through all the first years. They're all in their places where they need to be. Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw. Hufflepuff.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Pufflehuff.
Everyone's where they need to be.
Hufflepuff sounds like a fucking cereal or something.
It does.
Sounds good. Sounds like
It
it'd be
does.
purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ravenclaw sounds like a weed strain or something.
Yeah, smoking the weed.
Herbology, my man. Oh my
got-
god.
Give me some mandrake root, bro.
So after all the kids get their places, Albus is like, "Hey, let's eat." And then the table fills with food, like every food you can think of, just good-looking food. No need for a cook at Hogwarts because you can just magically get food going. And everyone starts eating. Seamus, this is when we kind of meet Seamus Finnegan. He's like, my dad is a muggle and my mom's a witch. I'm half and half.
Kind of an overshare.
Yeah, he's a talker, Seamus Finnegan. He's Irish. And he's eating. And Percy talks about Snape because Harry's like, who's that man up there? And Percy Weasley, Ron's brother, is like, oh, that's Professor Snape. He teaches potions. But he really wants to be Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, which is what Professor Quirrell does. And Harry looks back at him, and Snape's kind of looking at him like, I loved your mother so much. I really did. I wanted to fuck her so bad. But I couldn't.
You jerked off to her countless times.
Yeah. I'm really sad.
I think I will tonight.
You have her eyes, so that's good enough for me.
So did Alan Rickman have to rock the Snape haircut for like 10 fucking years? It looked good. It looked good on him.
Maybe, I don't know. Well, he didn't really do anything else during that time.
Do you have to do anything else if you're a fucking regular in Harry Potter, though? That's a good get.
Probably not.
That's a good gig.
And he already had some successful films before that.
Yeah. Such as
Galaxy Quest, Die Hard.
Die Hard, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. And Love Actually.
Huh.
You've seen Love Actually?
No.
You've seen Love Actually?
Rip in peace, Alan Rickman, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did die.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. 2016. After that, we're introduced to Nearly Headless Nick. He pops his head out of the food. He's a ghost.
Worth mentioning.
Yeah. He's played by John Cleese. Yeah, Monty Python.
Oh, yeah.
You ever see any of that?
I thought
Really?
he looked,
Okay.
I thought he looked familiar.
Yeah. I like the movies.
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
But that's John Cleese. And he's Nearly Headless Nick because he can just like open up his head like a can, but unlike a can, he can close it back up again. And he's like, that's why I'm Nearly Headless Nick.
Makes sense.
Yeah. He had it, like sliced.
His head got halfway sliced off.
Probably how he became a ghost.
And then after the feast, Percy Weasley, who's like head boy of the Gryffindors, he's like, follow me, first years. I'm going to show you where first years go.
You bitches.
And then they go up these stairs, and the stairs change just like periodically, which is probably pretty inconvenient if you're like late for class.
Is it like a bus schedule type thing? Like they just...
I don't know. Maybe the stairs like alive or something. I don't know. But they change a lot. But eventually they make their way to the fat lady. You give the fat lady the password. Pictures move in this movie, in this motion picture. They can talk and stuff. And there's this fat lady picture. She's like, password, I'm fat. And then Percy gives her the password. She's like, okay. And then she opens the picture, and then that's the Gryffindor common room where the Gryffindors hang, chill, smoke their doobies,
Smoking doobies.
sneak girls in the middle of the night,
Bong and a blintz.
Yeah.
Smoking a pancake.
It's not bad.
It's a good place to be.
And that night, everyone's sleeping, and Harry's just sitting at the window with Hedwig, like, oh, I'm sad, but I don't know why. And then the next day, Harry and Ron are late for class. They're late for transfigurology, or whatever the fuck we said that was.
Transfiguration.
Transfiguration, which is
McGonagall
Professor
time.
McGonagall's class. They get there, but McGonagall's not there. They're like, yeah, we got here before McGonagall did, but there's a cat sitting on the desk, and the cat, as we already established, is Professor McGonagall. She's an animagus, but we don't know that word until 2 movies from now.
Is that just someone that can change their form?
Into an animal, yes. Yeah. But a werewolf is not an animagus because they can't control it.
Oh.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, indeed.
Oh, and yeah.
Yeah. So McGonagall's not a cat anymore, and she's like, hey, you guys are late. I don't care if you are Harry Potter. You were late for my class. Here's some points from Gryffindor. And then they sit down, and I don't know, they do class. And then the next scene is they go to potions, which is taught by Snape.
Snape.
The guy with the hair.
Snape. Severus Snape.
Dumbledore.
Harry Potter.
Yeah. But he really wanted to be Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Then he's
really
like...
wanted to be it.
He's like, oh, well, if it is, it's Mr. Potter, our new celebrity. I don't give a shit about celebrities.
No,
I hate you, Harry Potter.
Harry didn't really care about being a celebrity either.
Yeah. I just found out I was a celebrity.
He's like, I just want to be a normal
no
boy.
later than 2 days ago. Severus, is it? And he's like, yeah, I loved your mom. And so that happened. And so Harry really wasn't paying attention in class. That's what pissed Snape off, you know.
Mm.
And then we go back to the Great Hall the next day. I assume they're eating lunch or something. And Seamus is trying to change water into rum, which causes an explosion.
Blows up it right in his face,
Yeah.
literally and figuratively.
A running gag in Harry Potter is Seamus
Blowing his
blowing
wand
up. Yeah, it's a joke, you know.
It's a goof.
I get it.
Yeah, because he's just not good.
He's not good at the old magic stuff.
Yeah, then he just blows himself up all the time, you know. And then the mail shows up. Owls have the mail, and a bunch of owls fly into the Great Hall. And then, you know, people are like, mail time, it's mail time. It makes me want to wag my tail, you know.
Good rhyme.
And
The mail makes me want to wag my tail.
and they all have mail and shit. And,
Go mail.
And then we see that Neville Longbottom gets a remembrall from his grandmother. He lives with his grandmother because his parents were tortured. And a remembrall is something that if you hold it, it will tell you when you forgot something. If it turns red, it means you forgot something. And Neville's like, I don't even know what I have forgotten. But do you know what he forgot?
Was it his grandma's birthday?
No. Everyone else was wearing a robe.
Except for Neville.
And he was the only one not wearing a robe.
Neville! God. What a guy.
He forgot his robe.
What a guy.
They didn't even point that out
No.
specifically, did they?
No, they didn't. That's just something you catch.
That's funny.
But he forgot his robe. Next, we're having our first flying lesson on a broom. You got a bunch of first years on a broom.
Up.
It's Madam Hooch. And she...
Who else?
She puts the hooch down to teach the Quidditch team. And she's like, hey, welcome to your first flying lesson. I'm Madam Hooch. And she's like, when she first gets here, she's like, good morning, good morning. And she says, good afternoon, Amanda. Good morning, good morning. First of all, I don't know who Amanda is, but she's the only one she says good afternoon to directly. So the first lesson is just, stick your hand out and say up. And if you're a good fucking witch or wizard, the broom will just come into your hand. I don't know. That's what Hooch says.
If you're good.
What did she say? With intention.
Yeah.
With meaning.
But the only person that it works for the first time is Harry.
And Draco.
That was the second time.
Oh,
You weren't
sorry.
paying attention. He wasn't paying. I told you he wasn't going to pay
All right,
attention.
I'll just crawl under the fucking table and
Please do.
choke on my own shit, I guess.
Hope you do.
Choking your own shit.
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Weirdo.
You have a fucked up mind.
Weird guy.
Weird guy. Ron gets hit in the face by his broom.
Classic.
Harry laughs. Ron says, shut up, Harry. Then Neville, the next lesson is, Hooch is like, okay, I want you guys to just jump, but then go right back on the ground. I don't want you guys, doing anything fancy. But Neville, when they do that, Neville ends up flying away. He can't control it. He's flying way up high in the air. Hooch is blowing her whistle, doing everything she can, but he's still flying, and he can't help himself. But then he kind of falls off his broom, and he like hits like the edge of the Hogwarts, and he falls, and he kind of hurts his wrist.
He gets like stuck. His like cloak gets stuck on the statue.
Yeah, for a second, and then he falls through his cloak. And he lands on the ground, and then Hooch is like, "Oh man!" And he's
shoot!
Oh, she's like, "That wrist is broken."
Good thing you signed that waiver.
I blew my whistle. I thought it would help. And then she's like, "Well, I'm gonna take him to the nursery. If anyone gets on their broom, you'll be expelled."
Promise.
And then she takes Neville to the nursery.
Most hollow threat of all time.
Yeah, unless you're really good at Quidditch. And when Neville fell, he dropped his Remember-all. Remember the Remember-all?
Yep, that's the ball that he forgets. Shows that he forgets stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Draco finds it, and Draco's like, "Oh, I found his Remember-all. I'm going to do my father."
Derp-a-da-derp-a-der.
And then Harry's like, "You give that to me, I'm going to give it back to him." Because he's Gryffindor, too.
Gotta watch out for your boy.
Yeah.
What a good guy.
Even if he's a dork.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out for him.
Yeah. And Malfoy's like, "I think I'll put it somewhere for him to find." And then Malfoy gets on his room and he flies away, which is what Hooch said not to do.
Yeah, that's true.
If you remember.
And Malfoy's like, "Hey, Harry, are you a pussy or something? What are you, a girl?" And then Harry's like, "I'm not a girl," and he gets on his broom.
You a girl or something?
I'm a real boy.
And Hermione's like, "Don't do it, Harry." And then Harry's like, "I'm gonna do it, Hermione. I'm not a girl." And then he flies away. Hermione's like, "You idiot."
What an idiot.
Yeah. And then Harry's like, "I will knock you off your broom if you don't give me back that ball." And not Snape, but Draco is like, "Oh, yeah, you think so?" And then he throws it. And then Harry flies after it. And before he even gets close to the ground, Harry catches it. And it just happened to be right in front of McGonagall's
She's like doing her
office.
fucking makeup or something.
Yeah.
She's doing something.
And she sees Harry catch it. And she's like,
What?
Blimey.
The hand-eye coordination on this boy.
Yeah, this is just what Gryffindor needs on the field.
This is just what Gryffindor needs.
And then you see her walk away. And then Harry has to remember all of it. The class is like, "Yeah, he caught it. That's cool." Or something.
Or whatever.
"But what is Quidditch?" And then McGonagall's like, "Harry Potter, you come with me. I'm going to make it seem like you're in
come
trouble,
here
but
now."
you're not." And Harry's like,
Oh man.
And then, but she takes him to where Oliver Wood, who was like a 6th year, he's in Defense Against the Dark Arts. She takes him out of class. Quirrell has like an iguana or something.
Cool classroom though.
He's like, "This is, like, who knew what he was talking about? I don't even know." But she takes Oliver out of class, and he's like, "What's this about? Why am I talking to this 1st year?"
Ugh.
And like, I feel dirty.
Ugh.
And McGonagall's like, "I found you a seeker." And Wood's like, "This 1st year?
Are you kidding me?
This fucking douche, he doesn't know anything about anything.
He's a 1st year.
He's probably gay."
He's probably gay.
Looks like it's just like the gays. That quote comes from a video where a guy is like fucking his mom, and they're doing like a news story, and the kid's like, "It's just like the gays."
Jesus.
Not quite.
No.
But McGonagall's like, "Hey, I found you a seeker." And Wood's like, "Cool."
Sweet.
And the next...
That's super cool,
That's
man.
cool. Can I get back to the iguana now? There's a big iguana test coming up. About iguanas?
About iguanas?
McGonagall's like, "Are you serious right now?
Not sure.
We're talking Quidditch."
I'm not sure what that has to do against
Trying to help you
with the
win,
dark
man.
arts, but okay.
Whatever, get back to class. He didn't get it. You're on the team, though, says McGonagall. And then the next scene is Harry and Ron walking through the hallway, and Ron's like, "You're going to be a Seeker? You're the youngest Seeker in the century." Big Quidditch fan is Ron.
Yep, Ron's a huge Quidditch guy.
Yeah.
We later learn that when they look into the mirror of
Erised. It's desire spelled backwards.
Oh, that's kind of clever.
Yeah.
And Ron wanted to be like a top Quidditch player.
Yeah, he's a big Quidditch
So I
player.
can only imagine the level of jealousy between Ron and
Well,
Harry.
Ron does join the Quidditch team in episode 6, Half-Blood Prince.
He didn't join until he was like almost like fucking graduate.
Yeah, he was never very good.
He was probably dog shit.
But his brothers, Fred and George, are in it.
Yeah, they're like...
He's like hilariously inferior to all of his siblings.
Yeah, he's the worst out of all of them.
Bill is successful. He just fucks a lot of bitches. Charlie is a successful dragon trainer. And there's Percy, who's head boy.
And he goes on to be in the Ministry of Magic, doesn't
And
he?
he's in the Ministry of Magic after he graduates. Fred and George are obviously successful beaters.
And
then
successful pranksters.
Pranksters. And they open up a shop
Their own
after
prank
they
shop.
graduate. Ginny gets with Harry Potter, the boy who lived.
By the way.
And Ron just marries Hermione.
And Ron marries boring-ass Hermione.
Mudblood.
The Mudblood Hermione. Her Mudblood.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
When they have a child, is there a possibility that it won't be a wizard?
It's a possibility, yeah. It's just like two muggles can have a wizard or witch child. That's what Hermione is. So. Yeah. Also, at the very end of episode 8, if I can call it that, there's an epilogue one that's like 19 years later. Ron gained a little weight.
Yeah.
He's cultivating mass.
Cultivating
I like to think that Ron becomes like a bodybuilder. He's like, I'm doing a fucking bulk, man.
Yeah. Come on, bulking up, bro.
I'm doing some D-ball and getting mad all the time.
Yeah, and then I'm going to shred.
Yeah, he was fat.
Episode 9, he's fucking...
Youngest Seeker in the Century. And then Fred and George walk up behind him, like they're like, "Hey, Harry, I heard you're on the Quidditch team. We are too. We're beaters. We're not that important, but we like to think we are." And then they're like, "Hey, but no one's died in Quidditch in years. Nothing to be worried about. People go missing, but they turn up in a month or two." And then Fred and George walk away. They just like to cause chaos.
Yeah, I like to worry people.
And then Harry's like, well, I don't want to like make a fool of myself when I'm out there. And then Hermione shows up out of nowhere, and she's like, you're not going to make a fool of yourself because it's in your blood, dog.
Come on, you can do it, bro.
It's in your blood, homie. Shit.
Dude.
And
come on, bro.
She leads them to the trophy room of Hogwarts. And then there's this trophy that says Gryffindor were world champions, and James Potter was the Seeker.
Is that your dad?
Which is Harry's dad. Yeah. Looks a lot like him.
Is Harry's dad kind of a fuckboy?
Probably.
He was when he was a kid, yeah. Yeah, you learn that eventually.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Great Seeker, though.
When you got it.
Yeah. Flaunt it.
I guess.
Yeah, and then so Harry, Ron, and Hermione, after that, they're like, well, we should probably just go back to the corridors and do some studying and go to sleep. But then when they're on their way there, the stairs start changing. And they're like, well, we gotta, I guess we're going here now. What else are we gonna do? The chairs, I keep saying chairs. The stairs changed. And they accidentally are on the 3rd floor, which is forbidden. That was made clear by Dumbledore.
Forbidden floor.
If they're forbidden, why do the stairs
go all the way
randomly
up there?
assign themselves?
They don't control the stairs. The stairs have a mind of their own.
Well,
you think they'd get a handle on the stairs?
Right.
What are you gonna do? The stairs, they have a mind of their own.
Oh, I guess I don't know.
What can you see? What can you do about it? I'm sure Dumbledore would have changed it a long time ago if he had any control over the stairs.
They probably tried,
but these stairs are wishy-washy.
These stairs.
Wishy-washy. Wishy-washy.
You never know which way they're gonna go.
Wishy-washy.
But they walk into this forbidden room. It's truly forbidden because it's dark. And
It's really forbidden because it's dark.
Filch hears them walking around in there, and then they see Mrs. Norris, which is Filch's cat. And they're like, "It's Filch's cat! Run!" Their first instinct is to run when they see Mrs. Norris, and they run into this room that's still in the 3rd floor to hide from Filch because they heard Filch coming. And they get in there, and they're like, "Oh, we're safe. Oh, there's a 3-headed giant dog in here named Fluffy."
Named Fluffy.
Cute.
It's not nice. It's aggressive.
It's like naming a giant guy tiny.
Yeah. It's ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, well, can't be in here for too long. So they leave, and they shut the door. And they're powerful enough to keep the dog out.
Somehow.
Yeah. And then they finally leave the third floor, and Ron's freaking out. He's like, oh, I can't believe we almost got eaten by a 3-headed dog, and giant and whatnot. And Hermione's like, well, didn't you see what it was standing on? It was standing on a trap door.
I didn't observe that. Sorry, I was
too busy worrying about not getting fucking eaten by the giant dog.
See, that's what Ron said.
Yeah, exactly.
I was looking at its heads, and Hermione's like, it's guarding something. Maybe we should look into that. But I'm going to go to bed before we get killed or worse, expelled. And then Ron's like, she needs to sort out her priorities.
That's worse.
That is worse.
And then I think they're pretty bushed after that, so they hit the sack.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine.
Why did Hagrid remove the Sorcerer's / Philosopher's Stone from the Gringotts bank to store it under Fluffy? It seemed to be pretty safe in the bank.
I guess it wasn't safe enough.
Well, it did say that Voldemort broke into the bank.
Yeah, and Dumbledore and Flamel
like the week after.
are close friends, so Dumbledore was just like, hey, I'll watch over it.
Who's Dumbledore close friends with?
Nicholas Flamel.
Okay.
Which the Sorcerer's Stone keeps Nicholas Flamel alive. I wrote it down. I think he's like over 600 years old.
It's pretty old.
But we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, I might cut that out.
Okay. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to cut it out. You don't have to. Okay.
Okay, Gab.
Oliver Wood talks some Quidditch with Harry.
Talking
some Quidditch here.
So what do you know about what's your favorite Quidditch team? And Harry's like, I don't know. I didn't know anything about Quidditch until like an hour ago.
Got my uniform on and no one told me the rules yet.
And Wood's like, you fucking bitch, you don't know anything about Quidditch, dog. Let me tell you. So you got 3 posts. One is 10 points, one is 20 points, one is 30 points. You got a goalkeeper, okay? You got 2 beaters, and they beat off the bludgers so you know, like the goalie doesn't get hit by the bludgers. And then you got a seeker, right? The seeker is very important, right? So the seeker pretty much ends the game as long as you're as long as you're not like over 150 points behind. If the seeker gets the thing, then you win the game. You know, but the game doesn't end until the seeker gets the golden snitch. So there you go. Now you know everything there is to know about Quidditch. A lot of stupid rules, I know. It doesn't make any sense. But this is Quidditch, and we're wizards. That's all we got. What are we gonna play? Fucking soccer. Anyway,
I guarantee there's like an official Quidditch rules.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But Oliver's like, I'm gonna give him some pointers. Quidditch. He's just a boy. He's the boy who lived.
He's just a boy.
But he's a boy.
Man's got a family.
So he has this box full of the Quidditch balls. You have the quaffle. The quaffle is the ball you put through the goal to get, you know, the 10, the 20, the 30 points. And then there's the bludgers, which is what the beaters beat.
Beaters gotta beat something.
Beaters gotta beat.
Yeah.
Stepping on a beat.
Yeah. And the beaters like kind of have minds of their own as well. They just kind of all over the place. And the beaters have a little bat, and you can hit the bat. And Harry actually hits one of the beaters, and Oliver's like, "Oh wow, you make a good beater."
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Holy cow.
That's some good beating.
Kind of pisses me off how you're good at everything.
Good Potter. Yeah.
Kind of annoying, man.
Yeah. You want to be captain too? Maybe I should just quit. Yeah.
Maybe I should just quit.
Yeah, he just threw his jersey off and he walked away.
I hope I don't get hurt in the first game.
Yeah. He gets hurt every year.
Oliver Wood, what kind of wood is he? Fucking drift?
Driftwood.
Or ply, maybe?
God.
Yeah. It's not mahogany.
No fucking way.
Plywood. Just a bunch of woods put together. It's like the hot dog of the world.
That's particle. That's particle board. That's a hot dog.
And then we learn about the golden snitch. You know the golden snitch?
Yeah, the guy that tattles on everybody. A 6'9".
You know, 6'9", the golden snitch. Yeah, but that's what the Seeker grabs it, 150 points. You probably should win if you get it. And then goes to the next scene. We're in Flitwick's class. Flitwick is played by Warwick Davis, the little guy from Star Wars.
Yeah.
He was also the first goblin at Green Gats that we saw.
Yeah, that too. He's double dipping.
Got to reuse those little people, you know.
There's only so many of them.
Yeah, they're hard to come by.
He was teaching the class about Wingardium Leviosa. That's when you can float shit. And everyone's like, Wingardium Leviosa. But Ron's doing it wrong. He's saying Leviosa.
Mm-hmm. He's saying
Instead of the Osa.
Not Leviosa.
Hermione lets him know what he did wrong. Hermione knew.
Of course.
And she gets the feather to fly. And Ron's all pissed off. She's like, I'm never going to marry you and have children. That's what he says. And then Seamus makes himself explode again. It's a running gag.
Yeah, because he just keeps exploding stuff.
Yeah. It's funny because he explodes stuff.
At a certain point, I wonder if he questions if he's got like a bad wand or something.
Right.
No, he's got bad
luck.
Bad magic. Yeah.
He's just bad at magic.
Inside of him. Yeah.
Could be.
Then Ron and Harry are walking in the hall, and Ron's making fun of Hermione, like, oh, she is such a know-it-all. She has no friends. I hate her. I wish she was dead. She's a mudblood.
I want to torture her in a chair.
I want to Avada Kedavra her, which is the killing curse, by the way. I want to kill her. That's what I want to do. That's what he says.
I wish she would suffer before I killed her, but I do want to kill her.
Yeah, I wish she was dead.
Yeah.
That's what Ron says. And Hermione overhears him say that. And Hermione kind of gives him a nudge, like, fuck you. And she walks away. And then Harry's like, yeah, I think she heard what you said about her. And then it's Halloween. They're eating like a Halloween dinner.
Halloween, this is Halloween.
Yeah, there's jack-o'-lanterns floating and stuff. And they're all eating. And Harry's like, I've noticed.
And staff.
I noticed that Hermione's not around. And Neville somehow knew, like, yeah, she's been in the girls' room crying. She was crying.
She's been in the girls' bathroom crying.
And Harry and Ron were like, oh.
That sucks.
A girl crying.
I cry around Halloween a lot, too.
Man, I really want to run and go help her.
Yeah, well.
Here I go.
Yeah.
Look at how fast I'm moving.
But all of a sudden, Quirrell walks in, and he informs everybody that there's a troll in the dungeon!
Troll in the dungeon!
I thought you should know.
I thought you should know.
Then he passes out in front of all these kids.
Children.
They show a shot of Draco Malfoy screaming right here.
Yeah. And then Dumbledore's like, silence! And everyone freezes because it's Dumbledore. You don't want to disrespect the dumpster.
Nobody
disrespects
Dumbledore.
He's like, I want all the kids to go to the safe place.
Back to the dormitory.
And I want all of the teachers to follow me to the dungeon. And then
I'd say no, dude.
So Percy takes the But Percy takes the Gryffindor people back to the corridor, and then Harry and Ron are talking like, oh, there's a troll. That's fucking crazy, right? It's our first year here.
What the hell is going on here, man? Is this a safe school?
Yeah, this place can't be safe.
Then Harry's like, Hermione doesn't know. Remember, Neville said she was crying? How did he know that, by the way? Why was Neville in the girls' bathroom?
Ooh,
and Ron's like,
that's never brought up.
You see, I don't know, Harry. That's kind of weird. Like,
That's kind of strange.
Maybe we
what
should.
What are you doing in there, Neville, you weirdo?
Maybe we should figure that out before anything else.
Really, though.
But they start running in the girls' bathroom because they know Hermione's there. While they're on their way there, they see the silhouette of the troll walking into the girls' bathroom. Kind of creepy.
It's got to take a while.
What's the troll going to do in the girls' bathroom?
It's got to make.
It's going to make?
Some brown.
Make some brown?
Oh. I thought you meant it was going to make babies with Hermione.
No.
That's what I thought you meant by that. No. That's weird.
Nah.
Nope, you got poop.
Yeah, but he's on his way to the girls' bathroom. So Harry and Ron also go to the girls' restroom, and Hermione is pretty oblivious to the whole thing. She walks out of the stall. She wipes her eyes because she was crying. Neville was
It's because
right.
she was crying.
Neville was right.
Girls cry constantly, dude.
Yeah, Hermione's crying. And,
whoa, Jamie's crying.
yeah.
It's an Aerosmith
That song
song.
plays in my work every day.
One of those songs that you fucking hate because you've heard it 10,000 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she sees the troll, Hermione does. She's like, oh, there's a troll in here. And she's like, I just pooped.
Can I wash my hands first?
Can I take a shit?
These things are covered right now. I ran out of toilet paper. I had to use my socks.
Please don't kill me with dirty hands. And then, but Troll didn't give a shit if she washed her hands or not. He took like a swing at her. And Hermione hides under the sinks. And then Harry and Ron are like, Hermione, there's a troll in here.
She's like, I fucking know, man. I'm trying to. Come on, help me, please.
Yeah. And Harry tries to do something, but then the troll like grabs Harry by the ankles.
He's just destroying the bathroom stalls with his club.
Yeah, trying to kill. He really wants Hermione more than anybody else. But he has Harry by the ankles, and he keeps swinging at him, but he also keeps moving his arm up because trolls are dumb.
They're very dumb.
Nope. Small brain.
And Harry's like, hey, Ron, maybe you should do something.
Please.
And Ron's like, what should I do? And Harry's like, anything, dog. Like, look what's happening right now. And then Ron's like, okay, I got to do something. And Hermione's like, hey, remember earlier today when you made fun of me for that spell that I knew how to do and you didn't? And Ron was like, yeah. And Hermione's like, do that one.
That'd be a helpful one right now.
And Ron's like, oh, yeah, swish and flick. I get it. And he's swash and fluck. And he's
Swash and fluck.
Nice.
He's like, Wingardium Leviosa. And then the mallet that the fucking troll had flung out of his hand. The troll like,
I can't swing my wood chunk.
and then he drops it on his head. And then the troll drops Harry, and the troll falls on his face. And it's knocked out. And,
Troll boogies.
oh, I also forgot to mention that Harry stuck his wand in the troll's nose. So when it was unconscious, he pulled the wand out of his nose, and he had troll boogies on his nose.
He cleaned it off with his mouth, which seemed kind of nasty.
Which was, yeah.
Troll boogies.
He's like, it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Troll boogers.
And then he put his wand in the nose again and got a little more.
Yeah.
Put that part up his
Ron and
nose.
Hermione were like, oh, I thought you were cool.
You were a weirdo. Okay, well, that solves that.
Yeah. But as Harry's eating his troll boogies, McGonagall, Snape, and Quirrell, and I don't think, no Dumbledore wasn't there, but those three walk into the girls' restroom, and they're like, Blimey,
Blimey.
there's a troll in here. And then
McGonagall's like, more points to Gryffindor.
here's all the points to Gryffindor. And Harry noticed when McGonagall's lecturing him about you shouldn't fight trolls,
Shouldn't fight trolls.
Harry notices that Snape has a scar on his knee. There's a scar on
Strange
his
place for a
knee.
scar.
Like, what's that about? And Snape notices that Harry notices, and he like tries to cover it up. Like, look at my knee, weirdo.
Do anything.
And then McGonagall's like, 5 points from Gryffindor for not being in the corridors, but also 5 points to Gryffindor for defeating a troll.
It's a wash.
Yeah.
Woohoo! We almost
Yeah.
died.
So good job today, kids. Now,
God.
get to the corridor, you rascals.
You don't lose any points, but you don't gain any points. We just almost died.
Yeah.
That troll could have killed everybody in here.
You mean like 1 point?
You get out of here, you kids. Crazy.
I don't know how they pick their points or do their
Yeah.
point system. It doesn't
There
make
is
any
no.
sense.
It's like whose line it is anyway. The points don't matter.
Kind of
Right.
arbitrary, yeah.
Yeah. So they're once again eating in the Great Hall, and Snape walks up to Harry. Snape's like, "Hey, I heard you were in the Quidditch team. That's pretty sick, dog. You're playing Slytherin, by the way. Good luck with Slytherin.
It's a big game.
Your first game is against Slytherin, which is the only other like house of note. So
You're playing Slytherin, so like,
Yeah.
good luck.
You got Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw. Yeah, I mean, who gives
You're
a
gonna
shit?
get whooped.
If you watch like a Huff and Puff versus Ravenclaw Quidditch match, is it like a WNBA game or something?
Probably.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of
Like
layups.
missing layups.
A bunch of layups, missed jump shots.
Lots of turnovers.
Yep.
Embarrassing. Yeah.
Nobody ever catches a snitch, so it takes fucking forever to finish the game.
Right.
Yeah, games last days.
Nobody can dunk the blooders through the actual rings.
Yeah. Sometimes there's a Ravenclaw Hufflepuff game still going on when they start another Slytherin Gryffindor game.
It just takes that long for it done.
The games are merged together.
And they're like, we gotta play.
But all the interest is in the Gryffindor. So
Right.
And there's still only one snitch, so if Gryffindor catches the snitch, then the other game is still going.
They win both games.
They won a game they weren't a part of.
Ravenclaw versus Hufflepuff. Winner, Gryffindor.
That happens a lot. But then Snape walks away, and then Harry's like, I think Snape is after the stone. The Sorcerer's Stone?
Word. Philosophers, I think.
Or the Philosopher's Stone, depending on what country you're in. Shout out to our British listeners.
There's some out there.
Yeah.
I saw
Fucking
the
Nigel. Hey, your probably name's probably Nigel, isn't it?
I saw the
Australian.
I saw the heat map. I know you're out there.
Nigel sounds.
You could be named Nigel and be from anywhere.
When I hear Nigel, I think Australia for some reason.
Harry gets the Nimbus 2000.
Oh,
Big broom guy.
Yeah. That's the best. That's the fastest broom yet.
Big broom guy.
That's what they say. Yeah.
It's a Nimbus 2000.
Oh my.
It can fly and it can just get that dirt right out of your kitchen. Right out the door.
Sure can't sweep a garage.
Yeah.
You'll never have a cleaner shop.
Yeah.
Unless you got the Nimbus 2000.
And this has got the Nimbus 2000. Fast, reliable.
Does your cat make too much noise? I don't know why I just thought of that.
You'll be smitten.
Kitten mins.
It's clearly from McGonagall. The Nimbus
gift?
2000
They
is.
make eye contact.
She's petting Hedwig, and she's like, she's like,
That was all me.
I want you so bad.
She must be like a huge Quidditch fan or something, because she's like, this guy's got talent
Yeah.
during the Neville Longbottom missing his remember all scene.
Yeah, true.
A real eye for talent. She just wants Gryffindor to take home a championship again.
Yeah.
It's been a few years.
She's a
part of the-
Gryffindor gal.
She's a booster club.
Yeah.
Slytherin's been hogging.
She's just a jersey chaser.
Yeah. Yeah. Groupie.
Groupies.
Minerva McGonagall was a groupie.
Groupies.
You heard it here first.
Just worship the band.
She gave him the broom. And then the Quidditch game starts.
Right.
The Quidditch? Oliver Wood's like, hey, are you nervous, Potter? And Harry's like, yeah, a little bit. I heard that. And Oliver Wood's like, yeah, I was nervous too my first game. I actually don't even remember what happened because I took a bludger to the head. And I woke up in the hospital a week later.
A week.
I was in a coma for a week. That was his first Quidditch game.
Yeah, real cool, real funny. That's a good story to tell you before you go out for your first Quidditch game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun being in a coma.
Way too long to be in a coma.
That's a TBI right there.
Yep.
Yeah. So that scares Harry a little bit.
Spooky.
But then the game starts. And then Gryffindor actually makes first blood. They score. And they score 30 points because that was the top goal. And then Slytherin goes... Yeah. And then Wood does some good defense on Gryffindor. Good defense this year. Wood actually defends a goal from Slytherin. And then he's pretty smug about it. He's like, he knows how good he is.
He's also one of those injury-prone players we were talking about when we were watching football earlier.
Oh, yeah. Some guys that just
he
are always
is.
hurt.
Yeah.
Tua Tagovailoa.
He's known for his injuries. He actually has a year-ending injury this game. But after he defends, Gryffindor actually scores again. So Gryffindor's feeling good. score another for the good guys.
Good day to be a Griffin.
Yeah.
But then Oliver dies. He gets the quaffle guy. I forgot what you call that in the game, but the guy who's in charge of hitting the quaffle in the goal grabs a beater bat. And he hits a beater at Oliver, which should be against the rules, but I guess it isn't.
Yeah, that Slytherin player had the most fucked up teeth I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's
entire
like,
life.
He was so British. It was crazy. Yeah.
What's going on with your guys' teeth?
Yeah.
It's one of those stereotypes that's kind of accurate.
Yeah, what's up with that?
yeah, but I don't like. Why is that a British thing? Why are their teeth bad? I don't get it.
Can you pull it up, Jamie?
I don't know. It's just a thing. I don't know.
You don't have to pull it up.
Well, I wonder if there's an actual reason.
Toothbrushes weren't introduced into the UK until 2005.
After the Revolutionary War, we won all the toothbrushes. And the mouthwash.
There's a shipment of toothbrushes sunk in the British Isles,
The toothbrush war.
causing a large genetic. They don't have like dentists in their health insurance or some shit. Stupid.
Oh, I guess like people from the United States just generally take better care of their teeth, and that's
Just
like
generally better. Okay,
Americans are generally better than the Brits.
didn't know. Them goddamn redcoats. No taxation without representation.
Oliver gets hit by a beater, and he falls. He's out. Slytherin scores after that, and they take out some other players, and they score again. So it's a pretty close game at this point. All you gotta do is take out the best player, and you're good, I guess. But then Harry sees the snitch. He hasn't done anything this whole time, but he sees the snitch, and he starts going after it. And but his broom's a little fucked. Something's going on with his broom. He just got this broom. Yeah.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Someone's fucking with it. And Harry and Ron, or Hermione and Ron rather, are like, I think Snape is jinxing the broom because you can see Snape like moving his lips,
Like
and
mumbling
and
stuff.
he's staring at Harry as he's doing it. Most suspicious. Yeah. He's hexing the broom.
Totally.
And Hermione's like, oh, I gotta put a stop to this. And Hermione sneaks her way over to the teachers' bleachers, and it's
Could make it around anytime.
is like fire spell, and then she sets Snape's cloak on fire when she's like under the bleachers, and she sets Snape's cloak on fire. And then Snape notices it, so he breaks his concentration. But also notice Professor Quirrell is right behind him, and he also breaks his concentration.
So
Then he puts the fire out eventually, and then Harry regains control of his broom. So it's like, okay, now I can win this game. And he goes after the snitch, and then the Slytherin Seeker is right next to Harry, and they're both like going just straight down towards the ground, following the snitch. They're playing chicken with the ground. The Slytherin Seeker is like, well, nope, and he pulls back, but Harry keeps going, and he's able to pull up just in the nick of time, and then Harry starts like surfing on his broom, standing on it. He's super good at brooming for his first time ever knowing he's a wizard. And he like kind of shoots forward, and he catches the snitch with his mouth,
swallows it.
and then he kind of chokes on it for a little bit.
First.
He coughs it up, and he's like, "Hey, I caught it." Everyone's like, "Gryffindor wins," and he kind of holds it up like, "I'm so good at the Quidditch game."
It's covered in his like chunks of whatever he ate earlier that day.
Yeah, it's gross. He puked it up.
He kind of like shakes it off, and he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, well, he's still got like some like vomit kind of dripping from his lip too.
It's disgusting.
I think he has to wipe his
It's
mouth
gross.
off.
But he
It's
got
pretty gross.
that dub though.
Still PG, rated PG. I don't get it.
A win's a win. Back to the next scene. Harry, Ron, and Hermione are walking with Hagrid. And they had mentioned Hagrid, they saw a three-headed dog. And Hagrid's like, who told you about Fluffy? Because Fluffy is the three-headed dog is Hagrid's. It's Hagrid's because he has a lot of stuff like that.
A lot of odd pets.
Yeah. And then Harry also slips that, what about the Sorcerer's Stone I've heard so much about? And Hagrid's like, that is between Dumbledore and Nicholas Flamel. And they're like, who the fuck is Nicholas Flamel?
Who the hell?
Someone I should know about? And Hagrid's like, I shouldn't have told you that. And Hagrid kind of walks away. And they're like, who's Nicholas Flamel? And even Hermione's like, I don't know. And
I'm the genius here.
I'm so smart. I hid under the sink from the troll.
I was smart, and I'm smart, girl.
My parents are muggles. It's Christmas time.
This is Christmas.
And, at Christmas time, you could kind of go, classes go on hiatus.
Wonderful Christmas.
And they all kind of, everyone could, you can stay in the castle.
I don't care what your daddy says. Christmas time is near. I don't care what the mayor says. Christmas time is here.
Harry and Ron are playing chess.
Foreshadowing.
Ron's pretty good at chess. He knows it too. He hustles Harry.
Foreshadowing.
But that's Wizard's chess. Hermione's going back to her hometown for the holidays, and Harry and Ron are staying at Hogwarts. Oh, am I boring you?
No, it's 12:36 a.m.
Oh man, all right, let's go. It's Christmas Day at Hogwarts, and Harry wakes up, or Ron wakes up Harry rather, and he says, "Happy Christmas."
Happy Christmas. I noticed they said Happy
He made
Christmas.
like a weird eye contact. Like, Happy Christmas, Ron.
Yeah.
Happy Christmas, Harry.
Yes.
Happy Christmas.
What are you wearing?
He had a cool
British
sweater
thing.
on.
Yeah, it had a big R on it. The R on his sweatshirt stands for Ron.
Wan wee wee.
Ron Wee Wee.
I'm
Ron Wee Wee.
He's a fucking plastic cover under his sheet for some reason.
Harry gets the invisibility cloak. And who does he get it from? It's never said. But it's Albus. He got it from Albus. Albus had
Did
it.
Albus just like have it?
He had it.
Okay. I thought it was from Sirius for some reason.
I thought it was serious.
No, Albus had it. Sirius is still in prison.
Does Sirius gift him something?
In the third movie, I feel like he does.
Yeah. Or does he just
I don't
talk
think
to
he
him in
gives
the
him anything.
fireplace?
He gives him advice.
Advice is a gift.
Sirius, first of all, he's still in jail at this point, so
Yeah.
there's no way for him to give him anything.
Word. You can move some product when you're in jail.
The firebolt? Does he give him the firebolt? Maybe he does. Oh, he does give him. That's at the end of Prisoner of Azkaban. He gets the firebolt. So yeah, Sirius gives him the firebolt because the Nimbus 2000
Breaks.
gets destroyed in the Whomping Willow.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right.
Harry's fucking loaded and he keeps getting gifted brooms.
Yeah. Dude can afford it.
It's like
Ooh,
when
it
you're a
sucks his
fucking
dick, the whole-
billionaire
the whole
and people keep
franchise.
giving you Lamborghinis for some reason.
Yeah.
Like that happens.
Right.
The invisibility cloak is a Deathly Hallow, but we don't know what the Deathly Hallows are until like 6 movies from now. So I don't know why I brought it up now.
I don't know. Either.
There's really no. We've already wasted enough
There's
time.
so many powerful items that are just either Harry or his possessions.
Yeah, everything kind of connects.
Which
You
is
know, Harry and Voldemort are actually related, but again, we shouldn't get into that because we're already 2 hours and 41 minutes in. They go to Harry puts on his cloak, the invisibility one, and he goes into the Forbidden Forest, or not Forbidden Forest, the library, the restriction section of the library. He wants
books have chains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, why are they even there? They're just teases. And then Harry, he's looking for information on Nicholas Flamel, the guy that Hagrid mentioned. And he's looking around, and he opens a book, and a book has a face, and it just yells at Harry.
I'm a book!
And And Harry just kind of closes the book.
Won't open. Won't open. Still won't open.
Fake door. Yeah. You just push the book back because, like, what do you do with that?
I can't read.
I can't read this.
I can't read shit, bro.
And all of a sudden,
I
well, I can't read.
That's Hagrid.
I can't read.
He's pretty illiterate. You can't spell Voldemort. I didn't mention that part.
Can't spell it well.
Should we go back?
Let's
Let's go back to the beginning.
Voldemort couldn't spell. Oh
shit, guys! I forgot.
Hagrid got Harry a birthday cake.
Hagrid did tell Harry about Voldemort. I think I did kind of. Did I gloss over that part?
Yeah, that was after they got some school shopping done. They were eating some grub.
I don't know if I mentioned that or not. But
I don't know. I don't
we'll have to go back in the footage. So Harry gets startled by Mrs. Norris again, and he knocks over his lantern, which causes a crash. And then Filch is like, "There's some children here, my fucking precious."
Couldn't Harry have just like picked it up and put it under his cloak?
Yeah, but he panicked.
We've all been there.
He's a first year, and Filch is pissed. I wrote, and then Harry's kind of trying to get away. He's still under his cloak, but he notices he sees Professor Quirrell and Snape. Snape's like being aggressive towards Quirrell.
He's like
he has
choking him
against the wall.
Could be a sex thing.
And Snape's like,
Kissed him on the lips too.
Snape's like, hide.
Like tongue and everything showed it. Again, PG.
He kissed him, yeah. Well, Snape like noticed.
Like was grabbing his cock.
Snape was like, it was like he knew Harry was there, and when he realized Harry was there, that's when he started.
Put your tongue back. Put your tongue back in here.
That's when he started being really weird. That Snape stuck his tongue inside of
He did a spell to make his tongue longer.
And
go down his throat.
We find out
trying
later.
to check for that gag reflex. No, I'm saying.
We found out later that Voldemort's face is on the back of Quirrell's head. So as Snape is making out with Quirrell, he sticks his finger in the mouth of Voldemort, and Voldemort's like, just licking Snape's finger.
Again, PG.
Yeah, you think this would be on the hub, but
this movie was for kids.
And then it keeps getting weirder because they get naked, and Snape sticks his dick inside of Voldemort's mouth, and
Harry's just watching.
And then he like bends forward and makes out with Quirrell like Spider-Man style.
Yeah.
And then Harry's just watching.
It's kind of beautiful.
It's kind of.
But Harry took off his cloak so they know that he's watching.
Just Harry's head is poking out of his cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to watch too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird scene.
That was strange. That was strange.
But
anyways,
so Snape is mad. This is what happened for real. Snape is interrogating Quirrell, and he did kind of go like that, like he knew Harry was there.
Yeah, it was interesting.
But then Filch interrupts him. He's like, "There's a child roaming the forbidden restriction section, or whatever the fuck we call it these days." And then Snape and Quirrell are like, and they leave. And that's when Harry bumps into the mirror of Erised, which is desire spelled backwards.
Backwards desire.
When you look into it, you see your greatest desire. Harry looks inside of it, and he sees his parents. Lily, James?
Are you there?
Is that you
Hello?
guys? And Lily...
Hello?
Hello? Ma?
Mom, Dad? Yeah?
Still want to see the movie where Harry is a surfer, bro.
Hey, man.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. I hit the Nart earlier. I hope you saw from heaven. Peace.
Peace out, bro.
I peed in my wetsuit earlier.
Cleaned it up with my wand. Not a big deal.
Oh, I'm magic now.
It's pretty cool. Wish you guys are here. Yeah. Still love to surf, though.
I met this Dumbledore guy. He said he knows you.
What's his name? What's his name again? I forgot. Dumbledore? Anyways, he had a big beard. I don't remember. But I definitely shredded some waves today for you guys.
That's great, Harry.
Oh.
You ever met this guy, Nicholas Flamel? I couldn't find anything about him.
Strange character, that guy.
I went and tried to read one of those paper things with words on it, and you just yelled at me.
You guys were dead, so I never learned how to read.
Yeah. All right. See you later. Have fun being dead.
All right. I gotta go. I was way. Percy's gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna go invisible now.
All right. Bye, Dad and Mom.
As he polishes his surfboard.
What is he?
All right.
Bye.
His surfboard just takes up like an obnoxious amount of room in the door.
He like knocks over the mirror and it shatters.
Shit.
Oh, damn it.
Oh my, this sucks. Oh, no one notices. But he saw his mom and dad. And then he's like, oh man, I gotta tell someone. And he runs back into the corridor, the Gryffindor common room, and he's like, hey, Ron, wake up. My parents, they're there. And Ron, they takes Ron to the mirror, but Ron sees his biggest desire, which is him like being Quidditch captain and holding the Quidditch cup and being a Quidditch hero and stuff. You know, he's a Quidditch guy.
It's all Quidditch.
It'll never happen.
And he's like, I look good. I'm sure he did. He didn't show it. And then the next scene is Harry sitting in front of the mirror by himself, just staring at his parents, because he didn't know them. They were dead. And but then Dumbledore walks up behind him. He's like, I see you found the mirror. And he was like, yeah.
Yep.
And,
Can't really deny it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Dumbledore's like, well, this is the mirror bearer said, you know, you can you see your biggest desire and stuff. But this is probably gonna move somewhere else soon. So get a good look, because after tonight it's gone. And he's like, what I wanna know what I like or whatever. And then Dumbledore's like, it's best not to dwell on dreams, Harry.
Good advice.
Yeah,
That's some good advice.
and Harry's like, oh, I'm gonna remember that. Next scene.
Fuck you, Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore, you dick.
We learned more about Flamel. I think maybe Hermione found some shit. We find out that Flamel has the stone. He's 665 years old. And you can also change metal into gold with the Sorcerer's Stone. You can get really rich with it. But you can live forever as well.
Forever young.
I wanna be forever young.
And they go to Hagrid's, and they tell Hagrid about, hey, we think Snape's trying to steal the stone, dude. And Hagrid's like, oh, Snape's trying to protect the stone, you dumb kids. Now suck this dick.
Stupid kids, suck my wiener.
And then we notice that there's something boiling in the fire. He has an egg in the fire. Is he making breakfast? No.
Lord knows.
No, he's not.
Making a dragon.
He's making a dragon. He gets this hot egg, and he's like, watch this shit, and the egg hatches, and it's a little dragon that he names Norbert. You gotta heat it up to make it hatch.
Word.
And
Named it Norbit?
Norbert. Norbert.
Norbit!
What a stupid fucking movie.
Yeah.
That movie was
yeah,
dumb.
yeah, I
The
guess
movie
so.
was dumb.
Yeah, that was the only good part.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I guess.
That's Bowfinger. That ain't Norbert.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's not even, so the movie just sucks.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I didn't mean to shit on you.
Here's another. To go off track a little more, Rogan tweeted a couple months ago a picture of Norbert. He's like, moving out with the family. Fucking hilarious.
He's watching Norbert? Oh my god.
Such a Norbit. He loves Eddie Murphy, though, dude. He'll watch anything.
I love Eddie.
I love
I
Eddie
love Eddie
Murphy.
Murphy, too.
That movie's
That movie's fucking
Dog
dumb,
shit.
though. Yeah.
That movie's dog shit, is that what you said? Yeah, that movie's terrible.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Alright, go ahead.
So, I can continue? I'm just asking, like, I have your permission to continue? I have your permission to continue. That's all I'm asking.
You don't need my permission.
Yeah, I know I don't.
Tried to be a nice guy.
I'm tired.
Try to be a nice guy.
Yeah, well, you know. They're at Hagrid's. Norbert. Remember that movie that you... Remember the Love Guru that you love so much? So, they're at Hagrid's, and they're like, we think Snape's going to take the stone. Norbert shows up. I already mentioned all that shit. And we notice the Malfoy is peering through the window. He's like, those kids shouldn't be out. And he tells McGonagall, Harry, Ron, and Hermione run. And they get caught by McGonagall, who's with Malfoy. And then McGonagall's like, yo, 50 points from Gryffindor. You sneaky shits. You think I care who you are, Harry? I'm Minerva McGonagall.
Are you kidding me right now?
I teach Transfiguration. What do you do?
What do you do? You're just a kid.
Survive killing curses?
Whoa! Even that Broom earlier, I thought we had a little leeway.
I used to do that because I like you. I think you're attractive.
But you still don't fuck with me though.
But as a student, you suck, dude. You're bad.
Pick it up, bro.
Harry's report card is just like a bunch of incompletes. Like he doesn't even get F's because
he's never in class.
Finish his shit.
Yeah, but 50 points for Gryffindor. From each of them, actually, which is 150 points.
That's incredible.
And then she said, all 4 of you will get detention. Malfoy's like, oh, you said 4 of us. And McGonagall's like, yeah, because you were out too. What do you think was going to happen, Draco?
You fucking idiot. Snitch. Being a snitch.
150 points from Slytherin too.
Being a snitch is the biggest crime of all.
Yeah.
Fucking 6.
McGonagall's like, snitches get stitches, Draco.
So that also means I will slice you.
Yeah.
With my wand.
With my cat claws.
Because she's also a cat.
Yeah. They go to the Forbidden Forest, which is a suitable punishment for children.
True. Of course.
And they talk, actually, so Filch takes him to Hagrid, and Filch mentions, oh, you're sad because your little dragon got sent to Romania? Because Norbert got sent to Romania. And Hagrid's like, no.
I'd be fucking devastated, dog. Come on.
And Hagrid Hagrid has a crossbow, and he's like, just follow me. I'm in a bad mood.
Somebody's gonna get spanking.
The Bills losses makes someone's gonna get
fucking
spanked.
Bills. Bills are losing by 12. Somebody's going.
I didn't know you were such a fan of Muggle sports, Hagrid.
I love Josh Allen.
Shut the hell up. How could you smell strange?
What a good lad.
Like alcohol. Shut the hell up, Bills.
Because it's Sunday, you stupid Weasley.
Part of the Bills Mafia, I am.
Bills lost.
I went through a table this afternoon. My back hurts. And I'm hammered with a hangover.
Hammered and to have a hangover. That's a bad place to be.
I don't know whether to throw up or just drink another beer.
Could you imagine a Hagrid shit?
Oh my
the size of that.
But I bet it's the size of a fucking, I don't even know. Jeez, I don't know.
If
Giant?
If Jeff Goldblum was in the Harry Potter movies, he'd look at a Hagrid poop and be like, that is one big pile of shit. So for some reason they decide to split up. Hagrid's like, well, Hermione wasn't with
They're
them.
a regular old
Scooby-Doo
and the gang.
I think we referenced Scooby-Doo.
I think we should
episode.
split up, gang.
Old man Voldemort.
Yeah.
Jinkies!
But Hermione is not with them because Hermione is serving detention. I think it was with Professor Sprout or somebody. She just had to write, I'll stop being naughty, like a few times. That's why Hermione's not there. That's said in the books, not the movie. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I didn't even notice Hermione wasn't there in the movie.
Yeah.
I guess I just thought that Hermione and Ron were together because Draco and Harry were split up, right?
So Hagrid and Ron
just
go
Hagrid
this
and
way,
Ron,
and Draco and Harry go this way.
All right, word.
They split up, and they bump into. Fang is also with Harry and Draco.
Yep.
And they find this mysterious black figure chewing on a unicorn, and Draco's like, "That's scary. I gotta go," and he kind of runs away.
He communicated that by saying,
Yeah. He just kind of runs away. It's Voldemort.
Yep.
It's Voldemort. You drink unicorn blood for immortality purposes, but you're kind of cursed
because unicorns are so pure.
Yeah. There's some bad things with it, but you get to live.
Not a cool guy move, but it is kind of worth it, I guess.
I mean, if you want to live for forever, I guess.
Yeah, but your life's gonna probably suck unless you have 7 Horcruxes.
Then things are okay.
Things are mostly okay. And then Voldemort. We don't know it's Voldemort, but it's Voldemort, and is about to attack Harry. But then a centaur appears
out of nowhere,
and he's like, "I'm a centaur. Here's my hooves," and Voldemort runs away. Kills a cat.
No.
We know it's going a little long.
Hey,
don't worry.
Professor McGonagall. What was I saying? A centaur appeared.
That's a cute cat right there.
A centaur appeared and saved Harry from Voldemort. And then the centaur's like, "Hey, don't drink unicorn blood. It's bad for you."
Unicorn blood is bad, okay? Unicorn blood is bad, okay?
Yeah.
You're not going to want to do that.
I mean, that Voldemort fears Dumbledore. Dumbledore's the only wizard that Voldemort fears. And then we hear or Harry, Ron, and Hermione like the next day or some shit are walking towards Hagrid's hut, and he's playing like the flute, and he's playing the main theme of Harry Potter.
Never noticed that.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool though.
A weird out of movie moment there, playing that, and so they're all like, "Yo, what happened? What's up with Fluffy?" And then Hagrid's like, "I don't know, man. Blah, blah, blah." He talks about Norbert, how he got sent to Romania. And I think Harry's like, "Well, wouldn't somebody interested in a dragon be interested in a 3-headed dog?" And Hagrid's like, "Yeah, the same person was." And he's like, "I shouldn't have told you that." And he just kind of starts playing his music again. Hagrid also lets slip that if you play a little music, Fluffy will just go right to sleep. Mm-hmm. And then the trio was like, and they start running away. And they go up to McGonagall, and they're like, "Hey, we know about the Sorcerer's Stone, just so you know." I don't know why they tell McGonagall.
Full disclosure.
"We just want you to know, for movie's sake, we know what the Sorcerer's Stone is." And McGonagall's like, "How the fuck do you guys know about that?
You little twats.
Little shits."
Yeah. And so they're up to something. They're trying to hatch a plan to get to the stone. And they're in the hallway, and like they bump into Snape, and Snape's like, "You kids better be careful. People might think you're up to something." You know how he talks. And then they hatch this plan. They're gonna get in there. They're gonna get in the little trap door that Fluffy guards
somehow.
One
way
or another, I'm gonna find you.
I'm gonna get you, Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
They're getting after it. It's late at night. They should be in bed. But they get caught.
Kids aren't gonna grow.
Yeah, they gotta grow up.
Sleep. A good night's sleep is so important
for your education.
Since coronavirus has started, my sleep schedule has been absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
For like almost 2 years now.
I agree with you.
Because I'm just like working from home, so I can just fucking go to bed
whenever
and roll out of bed and work.
They get caught by Neville.
Bitch.
And Neville's like, "You guys shouldn't be out here, and you'll get Gryffindor in trouble again because you guys are being sneaky."
Assholes.
And Neville's like, "I'll fight you."
Duh.
And Hermione's like, "Petrificus totalis," and it kind of like paralyzes Neville, and he kind of
stiff as a board.
If that was a real maneuver there, he took like a legit wrestling bump.
It was like a stunt.
So Neville's incapacitated, and they hop under the invisibility cloak, so they're invisible.
Oh, right.
And then they come across that same door that leads to Fluffy, but it's locked. And Hermione's like, "Aloha Mora," and that just unlocks doors. The door's unlocked, so they get to go in now. And the Fluffy's in there, but he's already asleep. And there's a harp in there playing music magically by itself. So they're like, so Snape must already be here. He's ahead of us.
What made them suspicious that Snape wanted the stone?
It was that he had a scar on his leg the day the troll showed up.
Okay.
And he's just a weird-looking guy.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. And he was always against Harry. And they also thought there was that Quidditch where it looked like he was casting a spell on him, but it was Quirrell.
They did a pretty good job with misdirection, and like throughout the whole.
They do that.
I think I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Especially with Snape, you're supposed to. You never know with Snape until the end. So the harp is harping, and Fluffy's asleep. And they're like, we gotta move his paw to get to the trap door, and it's hard to do. But they eventually do get in. But Fluffy does wake up, but they find their way, and they're fine. It's all cool.
Narrowly escape.
Yeah, and they fall into Devil's Snare.
Devil's Snare,
which is like these vines.
It's like a quicksand almost.
That'll get you, and the more you struggle, the tighter it gets. But Hermione read about Devil's Snare, and she relaxes and she falls through. And then, but you can hear Hermione be like, "Just relax, you're gonna be fine." And then Harry falls through because he relaxes, but Ron's tweaking.
Help! I'm a ginger.
He's not listening. And then so Hermione does this spell where like the light shows up because Devil's Snare is afraid of sunlight. And then Ron gets to fall through. Good for Ron.
So stubborn. Trying to be a tough guy and just beat the Devil's Snare.
He wasn't being a tough guy. He's a little bitch. He's like, help, 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 help.
If he would have relaxed, he would have been fine.
Right. He wouldn't listen. He just wanted to try to muscle his way out of it.
Yeah.
Idiot.
But they get to the next challenge. And you got to get to there's a bunch of keys in this room. They all have wings like they're birds. And you got to find the right key. But Harry sees the key. It's like a broken wing because it's the worn out.
Yeah, the worn out key.
And there's a broom in the middle of the room. And Harry's like, this seems too easy. But then Ron's like, don't worry about it. Just do it. And he gets on the broom. And then all of the hundreds of key birds that are in there start flying everywhere and attacking him and shit. But luckily, Harry is the youngest seeker in the century.
Of course.
And he can grab it, and he's able to give it to Harry or Ron and Hermione, and they unlock the door, and they're able to fly through, and they escape that little room there. So Quidditch paid off, I guess. But it's chess time.
Who's good?
Best part of the movie.
Who's good at chess?
And it's been established.
This is the best part of the movie, the chess match.
Yeah, this is the best part of the movie right here.
Ron knows his chess.
I like how it took some knowledge / skill from all three of our main protagonists
to get
to the stone.
That's what makes the movie so good.
Yeah. And so the chessboard is like super large, like way bigger than man,
like life size.
Yeah.
No, it's bigger than.
It's just like
life
gigantic. Size. Like statues.
Yeah. Wizard chess, by the way.
Yeah,
which is
wizard
chess,
chess.
but the pieces beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. They can't get by because the pawns are guarding the way. They're like, I guess we gotta fucking play chess right now. It's like a waste of time.
We got other stuff we could be doing, but I guess we'll play a game.
And Ron's like, well, Hermione, you go to that open space. Harry, you go to that open space. And I'm gonna be the knight because I'm Ron. I want to be the knight.
I'm a big tough guy.
Like, I'm the knight.
I'm the knight.
I know chess better than you guys. I'm the knight.
Ron he's more of a pawn.
Harry
Definitely
and
a
Hermione
pawn
are like,
character.
You know what? We're not gonna argue with you right now. Just do what you want.
You seem really adamant about this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue.
So he gets to be a knight. And he's like, rook to A5. And he plays chess.
I don't know. He doesn't.
And with wizard chess, the pieces, they destroy each other. So the game gets pretty close. Ron discovers that they can be checkmate, but he's going to have to sacrifice himself.
Even though he could just hop off the horse he's riding?
He could just hop off the statue.
Could just get off.
It's worth noting, the director thought that the CG in this was like rushed and not up to his standards or something, but it holds up extremely well.
It was pretty good.
And they won an award for the CG on this.
Not bad at all.
It holds up very well.
I thought it was good.
Yeah. The only part it was kind of goofy was like the troll.
Right, but even the chess pieces looked pretty dope.
Yeah, the chess pieces look really cool.
Yeah.
Intense.
Yeah, that's an intense scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Messed me up, man.
Fuck, bro. My heart was pounding, dog.
I was pounding, dog.
But Ron does sacrifice his piece. And then Harry gets checkmate, and so they're allowed to leave. But after the game, Harry and Hermione run to Ron, and they're like, he'll be fine. I don't know why. He's faking it.
He's faking it. He's not hurt.
The only thing that hurt was the 3-foot fall.
Yeah, he kind of fell off of the knight piece. If you're such a strong, big, tough knight, you wouldn't be dead.
Yeah, you wanted to be knight? Come on, man.
Sometimes you gotta let the guy have his moment.
I guess. Everybody, he just wanted a little pity.
But Hermione...
That's a fresh one right there.
Yeah, I had to reload. But
that's the nasty BL.
Is it? Cherry cordial?
I didn't like that one. It's not nasty. I just didn't like it. Good audio on that.
So
one.
Hermione's like, hey, I'll take care of Ron. You go see Voldemort. And Harry's like, are you sure?
Are you sure?
Are you sure about that?
And Hermione's like, yeah, you're a great wizard or whatever. She had her fingers crossed when she said that, I think. You're not that great.
You're fine. You're fine.
It's like the wedding photos from the Truman Show.
She did.
That'd be a good movie for us to cover.
Oh yeah.
There's so many movies I think of. We should do a podcast about that one.
Got all the time.
We do.
Well, I gotta get like 2 years left until I'm dead.
Cole has brain cancer.
Yeah.
Stage 1.5.
That's just the worst type of cancer I could think of. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I don't
feel
have
like
much.
colon cancer is probably the worst.
Spend it talk.
Yeah, I think that's probably the worst.
Because they can't take out your colon. I mean, I think they do.
Colon cancer.
But
It's up there.
and then you get a colostomy bag.
Tune in next week for our depth chart on the cancers.
Or Mount Rushmore cancers. You see, leukemia is the best because...
Hermione's like, you should go. And Harry's like, should we kiss? And then he didn't say that.
Ron was thinking that since he saw Hermione on the train, though. Should we kiss? I'm looking for a frog.
But Harry goes to the next room, and the Mirror of Erised is there. And also Professor Quirrell is there.
Thank God. An ally.
Yeah. Harry's like, thank God we can fight him together. And
Psych.
Quirrell's like, oh yeah, bitch, by the way, I don't actually have a stutter. I'm actually normal, except for this face on my back.
Stupid.
Which is far from normal.
Yeah.
Quirrell's like, oh, if isn't Harry Potter, you think you're so clever and shit. And then he puts him in front of the mirror. Quirrell, he forces Harry to look into the mirror. And instead of his parents this time, Harry reaches into his pocket and he has the Sorcerer's Stone. But he actually has it in real life, outside of the mirror. And then Quirrell's like, what the fuck do you see? Use your words.
Talk
You
to me,
dumbass.
Fucking moron. And Harry's like, I won the House Cup. I'm shaking hands with Dumbledore. That's what I want. I'm 11 years old. What do you expect? And Quirrell's like, you're lying.
You're not telling the truth.
You're not telling the truth.
You're a liar, pants.
And then you hear a voice saying, let me speak to it, the boy. And then Quirrell starts taking off his turban.
Which is very long. It takes like 20 minutes for
He's
him
like
to unwrap.
going like that, and Harry's like, "Can we hurry this up? I'm pretty tired of this night." And eventually, you see Quirrell, and it's Voldemort. It's Voldemort back there, but it doesn't look like Voldemort that we see later.
Because he has a nose.
He has a nose.
He's got a nose.
He's like, "You see what I become? I have to drink unicorn blood.
What have I become?
And also, there's 7 Horcruxes, but you don't know about that yet. Ask Dumbledore about it 5 movies from now.
He'll know.
He'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, my name's Tom Riddle, too. You have so much to learn.
Oh my gosh, Harry, where have you been?
I'm telling you too much right now.
Why am I rambling?
Anyways.
The Sorcerer's Stone or whatever. So he's on the back of Quirrell's head. And
what's so powerful about the Sorcerer's Stone?
Yeah.
it can turn metal into gold, and it can keep you alive forever if you're in possession of it.
Copy that.
Okay.
Does that answer your question? Any more brain busters?
Any more brain busters?
You answered my question to the fullest. Thank you.
Thank you, cool.
That's why Nicholas Flamel is 665 years old. He wants the stone.
Yeah.
Quirrell starts choking Harry, and Harry's like, "Harder, Daddy."
Harry said, "Harder, Daddy, please."
That might be the
Daddy, choke me harder.
And Harry says, "Harder, Daddy."
Harder, Daddy. Whoa, wait, what the fuck? I don't want to know anything to this.
Pretty good strategy by Harry.
Voldemort's like, "What are you doing?
What the fuck, you?
You're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to enjoy this."
Well, this is not.
He like
pleasure.
winks at him.
I'm uncomfortable.
Weird movies.
I'm a teacher.
rated
He's a
PG.
student. And Voldemort's like, "Just do it." No, I don't want to do that.
I'm good. I'm good, fam. I'm good, family.
But Harry touches him,
Right in the wiener.
like in the hand, I think, at first.
The monkey grabs the peach.
And then his hand's like, "What is
He
this?"
starts disintegrating, and he's like, "What is this magic? This is highly irregular."
Why am I melting?
And Voldemort's like, "Just go get him."
Jeez. Gee whiz.
And he tries to go and get him, and then Harry touches Quirrell's face, and he starts burning, and he turns to ash, and he falls apart. And
He needs some lotion.
yeah, sensitive skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the ghost of Voldemort, the spirit of Voldemort, comes out of the Thanos dust that was Quirrell.
Like floats around like this.
And he goes through Harry, which hurts.
Heartburn.
In the book, it actually says it hurts for that to happen. And he kind of falls over. And Voldemort...
Give you a wicked stomachache.
Voldemort's like, "I gotta find another way to come alive." Where's Peter Pettigrew?
This isn't gonna work.
Yeah. Harry wakes up in the nursery. Getting nursed.
The nurseries where babies are stored after they're born.
He woke up in the hospital. Cool.
They call it the nursery, I'm pretty sure, in this movie. They call it the nursery, I think. Maybe it's a different word.
The infirmary.
It's the infirmary.
Hard pass on nursery.
Harry's... Whatever.
Harry's just surrounded by babies.
Where are these babies?
Can you put me in like the adult hospital, please?
Teen pregnancy is a problem at Hogwarts. He woke up in the infirmary. Dumbledore's there.
Of course.
He's like, "Harry, you brave boy. You brave little boy, you." He's like, "Yeah."
I see Ron has helped you eating all your chocolate frogs.
Yeah. He's like, "Ron was here." He's like,
Hermione, are they okay?
He's like, "Ron's fine. Hermione had the most painful death."
Hermione suffered for days before she died.
Saying that they're fine isn't really that reassuring.
They're okay. They're just okay.
They have seen better days, but they are still on this plane of existence.
Ron lost a leg, and Hermione isn't as smart as she used to be.
The spirits are still inside their bodies, but they are suffering so.
Anyway, I noticed your chocolate frogs are. He's like, I love this flavor. And yeah, and
He had some shitty jelly beans.
he was like, he told a quick story about when I was a kid, I had the puke flavor, and then he ate one. And he was like, I did it again.
Man.
Most of these are bad.
Yeah. And he informed Harry that the stone has been destroyed, which means Nicholas Flamel is going to die, but it's for the greater good. And Dumbledore briefly talks about Lily Potter. He's like, you know what happened that night where you should have been dead? Lily used the most powerful magic there was, which is love. And he created a barrier.
Pretty cheesy.
It is boring and dumb.
Pretty cheesy.
It's dumb. Like the fact they never fully make a good enough explanation about how Harry survived that. To me, but anyway.
To me personally.
And then it's the Last Supper before the end of term, and Dumbledore's like, another year gone, another successful year of Hogwarts.
People almost died.
Kids almost died, and we lost a teacher.
At Hogwarts, if no one dies, it's a good year, and if the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher dies, it's completely normal.
Yeah, we lost another Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher.
We talked about that earlier.
We'll find somebody else next year, like we always do, and then we'll see how they do for that year. But otherwise, it was very, very fun. And, Hufflepuff, you're in last this year, just like you were before.
And
Ravenclaw, you got third.
Also, like previous years.
And in first place is Slytherin. And the Slytherin's like, yeah, we won. We won the
awesome.
thing.
We won that's probably what we look forward to winning all year long.
Some young Dolph starts playing, mobbing in the bed. Rocks.
We were good in class, and outside of class, we earned enough points to win. We get the House Cup. This is awesome. I love this. This is cool.
Great experience. I'll probably never forget this experience.
But
whoa,
wait a minute.
Dumbledore's like, well, I have some last minute points to give out. And Slytherin's like, oh, cool, we're far enough ahead. And he says, Hermione Granger, you get 50 points for being smart. There you go. And everyone's like, yeah.
Ron gets points for playing a good game of chess.
And then Ron's like, you get 50 points for having the best chess game at the school.
Dumbledore does tell Harry in the infirmary that everybody knows about what happened.
He does say that.
Which I feel like is... In the further movies, is it kind of... I feel like some of the happenings of the protagonists are kind of not like hidden, but not everybody knows.
Or they just don't believe him.
But in this movie, everybody knows what happened, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know how much... He mentions that the business between you and Quirrell is top secret, which means the whole school knows. I don't know exactly. Do they know about that Voldemort showed up?
I think he was making a joke. Yeah, did they know about Voldemort showing up?
It's not fully said what they know.
Maybe I don't know what they say for sure in the books, but the fact that nobody panics that Voldemort was at the school makes me think that they don't know.
Maybe they don't know about that part.
Maybe someone in the comments can let us know.
Yeah.
Plus,
you fucking nerd.
On page 400.
Well, you turned to page
in order of the
Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah. Fucking nerd.
We appreciate you though if you let us know.
Thanks, fans.
So Hermione got 50 points for being good at chess. And then 60 points went to Harry for bravery, which tied them with Slytherin.
It's like the Medal of Honor for Hogwarts.
Yeah. Slytherin is like, oh, so we're tied with Gryffindor. That's not as good as a win, but we still get a cup, right?
Nope.
And then Dumbledore's like, and I have one more set of points, 40 points to Neville Longbottom for standing up to somebody, and I was standing up to his friends. And so Gryffindor wins the House Cup.
It does take courage to stand up to your friends if they're giving you some fuck shit. But at the same time, maybe Neville should ask some questions like, "Hey, maybe I can help you.
Like, why are you guys like? Maybe you're doing this for the
But
greater
instead, he
good."
got stupefied and had to perform the most impressive stunt of the movie by falling flat on his back and getting a concussion.
Yeah. Neville, he was a bit of a dumbass in this movie.
Yeah.
But that's the end of the year. They get back on the train. Harry hugs Hagrid, and Hagrid's like,
You didn't think I wouldn't say goodbye, would ya?
"Yeah, here you go." Hug.
Hey there, boy.
And Hagrid just hugs him. He's like, I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you.
Give me a kiss.
Give me a kiss. You want some bread? That's inappropriate to get on the train.
Like I said, not in public.
And Harry gets on the train, and then Hermione's like, "It's gonna feel weird to go home, isn't it?" And Harry's like, "I'm not going home, not really."
Is he implying that Hogwarts is his home?
Hogwarts is his home.
Yeah.
And in the train, even though he almost died like 3 times that year, his first year there.
Still better than the Dudleys.
That's true.
And the train rides off, and the credits roll, and then so the Chamber of Secrets opens with. That's the end of that movie. Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie since like I was a child, and it really did like it I don't want to say it held up because that's everybody fucking says it held up, but it was pretty good.
Yeah,
fucking
it's
movie.
really good. I mean,
Yeah.
especially for its time.
And so many of the actors were like 11 and 12 years old.
Yeah,
they fucking killed it.
It's good.
Yeah,
great first movie to the installment.
Indeed. I'm sure we'll be hitting up Sorcerer's Stone in a couple sods.
This was Sorcerer's Stone.
I'm at Chamber of Secrets.
He meant Chamber of Secrets.
I'm at Chamber of Secrets.
Sometimes he's stupid.
Sometimes he just doesn't think before he talks.
Yeah. Well, thank you for bearing with us on our longest episode of Aiming for the Bushes to date. Next week it's Cab's pick, right?
Cab's pick. Any
inklings?
Any inklings?
Next week. I think we're gonna watch a Western, guys. I think we're gonna watch a Western. So prepare yourself.
You should pick something else.
All right, we're gonna watch a fantasy Lord of the Rings. I don't know. Lord
310 to Yuma.
You should pick something that I like.
All right, we're
Cool.
gonna
We should
start
just let you pick all
Chamber
the
of
movies.
Secrets next
Want
week.
me to? I will.
It seems like you want to.
All right, Back to the Future's next.
I'm sure we'll get to Back to the Future.
310 to Yuma.
I'm thinking 310 to Yuma. I'm thinking so.
Okay.
I'm thinking so.
Okay, it's a good flick.
That was our longest ode to date by a good hour and a half.
Nice.
If you stuck with us to the end,
We appreciate you.
We really fucking appreciate it. That was a lot of fun to watch that movie.
Yeah, that movie is great.
Like we were like laughing our asses off the whole time. We kept cracking each other up when we were watching that.
That's just, I mean, one of the greats. I mean, I love those movies so much, dude.
I do as well.
It's hard to dislike Harry Potter. Any final words, guys?
If you don't like Harry Potter, you're a fucking nerd.
Go Steelers.
Go Stellars.
Go Steelers. Go Bill. Go Bear.
Go Stellars. Go Bill. Go Bear.
In that order. Praise you, the loyal listener. We really fucking appreciate it.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
All right, he's not being genuine.
He doesn't mean that.
I do.
Roll outro song.
Oh, wait, what is that song? I don't even know.
Later, groupies. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Peace out.